English Stories 360 presents The Book of Enoch. Chapter 1. The Words of the Blessing of Enoch. The words of the blessing of Enoch, wherewith he blessed the elect and righteous who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. He took up his parable and said, Enoch, a righteous man whose eyes were opened by God, saw the vision of the Holy One in the heavens which the angels showed me. From them I heard everything, and from them I understood as I saw, not for this generation, but for a remote one which is to come concerning the elect. And I said, and took up my parable concerning them. The Holy Great One will come forth from his dwelling. The eternal God will tread upon the earth, even on Mount Sinai. He will appear from his camp in the strength of his might from the heaven of heavens, and all shall be smitten with fear. The watchers shall quake, and great fear and trembling shall seize them unto the ends of the earth. The high mountains shall be shaken, and the high hills shall be made low, and they shall melt like wax before the flame. The earth shall be wholly rent asunder, and all that is upon the earth shall perish. There shall be a judgment upon all men, but with the righteous he will make peace, and will protect the elect. Mercy shall be upon them, and they shall all belong to God. They shall be prospered and blessed, and he will help them all. Light shall appear unto them, and he will make peace with them. Behold, he cometh with 10,000 of his holy ones to execute judgment upon all, to destroy all the ungodly, and to convict all flesh of all the works of their ungodliness which they have maliciously committed, and of all the hard things which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. Chapter 2. Observe ye everything that takes place in the heavens. Observe everything that takes place in the heavens, how they do not change their orbits. Observe the luminaries which are in the heavens, how they all rise and set in order, each in its season, and transgress not against their appointed order. Behold the earth, and give heed to the things which take place upon it from first to last, how steadfast they are. How none of the things upon the earth change, but all the works of God appear to you. Behold the summer and the winter. How the whole earth is filled with water, and clouds, and dew, and rain lie upon it. Chapter 3. Observe how in the winter all the trees seem withered. Observe how in the winter all the trees seem as though they had withered and shed all their leaves. Except 14 trees, which do not lose their foliage but retain the old leaves from 2 to 3 years until the new foliage comes. Chapter 4. Observe the days of summer. Observe the days of summer, how the sun is above the earth, directly overhead. You seek shade and shelter because of the heat of the sun. The earth also burns with growing heat, so that you cannot tread on the ground or on a rock by reason of its heat. Chapter 5. Observe the trees, the sea, and the rivers. Observe how the trees cover themselves with green leaves and bear fruit. Give heed and know with regard to all his works, and recognize how he that liveth forever hath made them so. All his works go on thus from year to year forever, and all the tasks which they accomplish for him change not. According as God hath ordained, so is it done. Behold how the sea and the rivers likewise accomplish, and change not their task from his commandments. But ye have not been steadfast, nor done the commandments of the Lord. Ye have turned away, and spoken proud and hard words with your impure mouths against his greatness. O ye hard-hearted, ye shall find no peace. Therefore shall ye execrate your days, and the years of your life shall perish. The years of your destruction shall be multiplied in eternal execration, and ye shall find no mercy in those days. You shall make your names an eternal execration unto all the righteous, and by you shall all who curse, and all the sinners and godless, imprecate. For you the godless there shall be a curse, and all the just shall rejoice, and there shall be forgiveness of sins, and every mercy and peace and forbearance. There shall be salvation unto them. But for all of you sinners there shall be no salvation. Upon you all shall abide a curse. But for the elect there shall be light, and joy, and peace, and they shall inherit the earth. Then shall be bestowed upon the elect wisdom, and they shall all live and never again sin, neither through ungodliness nor through pride. They who are wise shall be humble, and they shall not again transgress nor sin all the days of their life. They shall not die by the divine anger or wrath, but they shall complete the number of the days of their life. Their lives shall be increased in peace, and the years of their joy shall be multiplied in eternal gladness and peace all the days of their life. Chapter 6. The watchers lust after the daughters of men. And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied in those days, that there were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters. The angels, the children of heaven, saw and lusted after them. They said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. Then Semeiaza, who was their leader, said unto them, I fear ye will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin. And they all answered him, Let us all swear an oath, and bind ourselves by mutual imprecations not to abandon this plan, but to do this thing. Then they all swore together and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. They were 200 in number who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon. They called it Mount Hermon because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. These are the names of their leaders: Semeiaza, their chief, Ariba, Ramiel, Kokabeel, Tamiel, Danel, Ezekiel, Barachel, Asel, Armoros, Badanel, Zachiel, Samsel, Satarel, Turiel, Jomiel, Sariel. Chapter 7. The angels defile themselves with women. All the others, together with them, took unto themselves wives, each choosing one. They began to go in unto them, and to defile themselves with them. They taught them charms and enchantments, and the cutting of roots, and made them acquainted with plants. And they became pregnant, and bore great giants, whose height was 3,000 ells. These giants consumed all the acquisitions of men, and when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. They began to sin against birds, and beasts, and reptiles, and fish, and to devour one another's flesh, and to drink the blood. Then the earth laid accusation against the lawless ones. Chapter 8. The corruption through metals and heavenly secrets. As Asael taught men to make swords, and knives, and shields, and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth and the art of working them. He taught them to make bracelets and ornaments, and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids. He revealed to them all kinds of costly stones and all coloring tinctures. There arose much godlessness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray and became corrupt in all their ways. Semeiaza taught enchantments and root cuttings. Barachel taught astrology. Kokabeel showed the constellations. Ezekiel revealed the knowledge of the clouds. Arakiba showed the signs of the earth. Shamsiel taught the signs of the sun. Sariel taught the course of the moon. And as men perished, they cried, and their cry went up to heaven. Chapter 9. The cry of the blood and the appeal of the souls. Then Michael, Uriel, Raphael, and Gabriel looked down from heaven and saw much blood being shed upon the earth, and all lawlessness being wrought upon it. They said one to another, The earth, made without inhabitant, cries, and the voice of their crying goes up to the gates of heaven. Now to you, the holy ones of heaven, the souls of men make their suit, saying, Bring our cause before the Most High. They say to the Lord of the ages, Lord of lords, God of gods, King of kings, and God of the ages. The throne of your glory standeth unto all generations of the ages, and your name is holy and glorious and blessed unto all the ages. You have made all things, and have power over all things. All things are naked and open in your sight. You see all things, and nothing can hide itself from you. You see what Azazel has done, who taught all unrighteousness on earth and revealed the eternal secrets which were preserved in heaven, which men were striving to learn. And Semjaza, to whom you gave authority to bear rule over his associates, went to the daughters of men on earth, slept with the women, and defiled themselves, revealing to them all kinds of sins. The women bore giants, and the whole earth was filled with blood and unrighteousness. Now behold, the souls of those who have died are crying and making their suit to the gates of heaven, and their lamentations cannot cease because of the lawless deeds wrought upon the earth. You know all things before they come to pass, and yet you suffer them. You do not say to us what we are to do to them in regard to these matters. Chapter 10. The Commands of the Most High. Then said the Most High, the Holy and Great One, and sent Uriel to the son of Lamech, saying, Go to Noah and tell him in my name, hide thyself, and reveal to him the end that is approaching, for the whole earth will be destroyed, and a deluge is about to come upon the earth and will destroy all that is on it. Now instruct him that he may escape, and that his seed may be preserved for all generations of the world. Again the Lord said to Raphael, Bind Azazel hand and foot, and cast him into the darkness. Make an opening in the desert which is in Dudiel, and cast him therein. Place upon him rough and jagged rocks, cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever. Cover his face that he may not see light, and on the day of the great judgment he shall be cast into the fire. Proclaim the healing of the earth, that they may heal the plague, and that all the children of men may not perish through the secret things that the watchers have disclosed. And again the Lord said to Gabriel, Proceed against the bastards and the reprobates, against the children of fornication, and destroy the children of the watchers from among men. Cause them to go forth, one against another, that they may destroy each other in battle. For length of days shall they not have, and no request of their fathers on their behalf shall be granted. They hoped to live an eternal life, and that each one of them would live 500 years. Then the Lord said unto Michael, Go, bind Semjaza and his associates who united themselves with women to defile themselves, and when their sons have slain one another and seen the destruction of their beloved ones, bind them fast for 70 generations in the valleys of the earth, till the day of their judgment and of their consummation, when the judgment that is forever and ever shall be consummated. In those days they shall be led off to the abyss of fire, to the torment and prison in which they shall be confined forever. And destroy all the spirits of the reprobate and the children of the watchers, because they have wronged mankind. Destroy all wrong from the face of the earth, and let every evil work come to an end. Let the plan of righteousness and truth appear, and it shall prove a blessing. The works of righteousness and truth shall be planted in joy forevermore. Then shall all the righteous escape, and shall live till they beget thousands of children. All the days of their youth and their old age shall they complete in peace. Then shall the whole earth be tilled in righteousness, and shall be planted with trees, and be full of blessing. All desirable trees shall be planted, and they shall plant vines that yield wine in abundance. Every measure of seed sown shall bear 1,000, and every measure of olives shall yield 10 presses of oil. Cleanse the earth from all oppression, unrighteousness, sin, and godlessness, and all its uncleanness. All the children of men shall become righteous, and all nations shall offer adoration and praise. All shall worship me, and the earth shall be cleansed from all defilement, sin, punishment, and torment. I will never again send them upon it from generation to generation forever. Chapter 11. The Stored Chambers of Blessing. In those days I will open the stored chambers of blessing which are in heaven, to send them down upon the earth over the work and labor of the children of men. Truth and peace shall be associated together throughout all the days of the world, and throughout all generations of men. Chapter 12. Enoch's Calling to the Watchers. Before these things Enoch was hidden, and no one of the children of men knew where he was hidden, or where he abode, or what had become of him. His activities had to do with the watchers, and his days were with the holy ones. And I, Enoch, was blessing the Lord of majesty and the King of the ages. Lo, the watchers called me Enoch the scribe, and said to me, Enoch, scribe of righteousness, go declare to the watchers of heaven who have left the high heaven, the holy eternal place, and have defiled themselves with women as the children of earth do. You have wrought great destruction on the earth, and you shall have no peace nor forgiveness of sin. Inasmuch as ye delight yourselves in your children, the murder of your beloved ones shall ye see, and over the destruction of your children shall ye lament. Ye shall make supplication unto eternity, but mercy and peace shall ye not attain. Chapter 13. The Petition of the Watchers. Enoch went and said to Azazel, Thou shalt have no peace. A severe sentence hath gone forth against thee to put thee in bonds, and thou shalt not have toleration nor request granted because of the unrighteousness which thou hast taught, and the works of godlessness and sin which thou hast shown to men. Then I went and spoke to them all together, and they were all afraid. Fear and trembling seized them. They besought me to draw up a petition for them that they might find forgiveness, and to read their prayer in the presence of the Lord of heaven. For from that time forward they could not speak with him nor lift up their eyes to heaven for shame of their sins. Then I wrote out their petition and the prayer concerning their spirits and their deeds individually, and concerning their request for forgiveness and length of days. I went off and sat down at the waters of Dan in the land of Dan, to the south of Hermon. I read their petition until I fell asleep, and behold, a dream came to me, and visions fell upon me. I saw visions of chastisement, and a voice bade me tell it to the sons of heaven and reprimand them. When I awoke, I came unto them, and they were sitting gathered together, weeping in Abel Shittim between Lebanon and Sin, with their faces covered. I recounted before them all the visions which I had seen in sleep, and began to speak the words of righteousness, and to reprimand the heavenly watchers. Chapter 14. The words of righteousness and of the reprimand of the eternal watchers, in accordance with the command of the Holy Great One. In that vision I saw in my sleep what I will now say with a tongue of flesh and with the breath of my mouth, which the Great One has given to men to converse therewith and understand with the heart as he created. So has he created me also, and given me the power of reprimanding the watchers, the children of heaven. I wrote out your petition, and in my vision it appeared thus, that your petition will not be granted unto you throughout all the days of eternity, for the judgment has been finally passed upon you. Your petition will not be granted unto you, and henceforth you shall not ascend into heaven unto all eternity. In bonds of the earth the decree has gone forth to bind you for all the days of the world. Previously you shall have seen the destruction of your beloved sons, and you shall have no pleasure in them, for they shall fall before you by the sword. Your petition on their behalf shall not be granted, nor yet on your own, even though you weep, pray, and speak all the words contained in the writing which I have written. And the vision was shown to me thus. Behold, in the vision clouds invited me, and a mist summoned me. The course of the stars and the lightning sped and hastened me, and the winds in the vision caused me to fly, and lifted me upward and bore me into heaven. I went in until I drew nigh to a wall built of crystals and surrounded by tongues of fire. It began to affright me, but I went into the tongues of fire and drew nigh to a large house built of crystals. The walls of the house were like a tessellated floor made of crystals, and its groundwork was of crystal. Its ceiling was like the path of the stars and the lightnings, and between them were fiery cherubim. Their heaven was clear as water. A flaming fire surrounded the walls, and its portals blazed with fire. I entered into that house, and it was hot as fire and cold as ice. There were no delights of life therein. Fear covered me, and trembling took hold upon me, and as I quaked and trembled, I fell upon my face. I beheld a vision. Lo, there was a second house greater than the former, and its entire portal stood open before me. It was built of flames of fire, and in every respect excelled in splendor, magnificence, and extent, which I cannot describe. Its floor was of fire, and above it were lightnings in the path of the stars. Its ceiling also was flaming fire. I looked and saw therein a lofty throne. Its appearance was as crystal, and the wheels thereof as the shining sun. There was the vision of cherubim, and from underneath the throne came streams of flaming fire, so that I could not look thereon. The great glory sat thereon, and his raiment shone more brightly than the sun, and was whiter than any snow. None of the angels could enter and behold his face by reason of the magnificence and glory, and no flesh could behold him. The flaming fire was round about him, and a great fire stood before him, and none around could draw nigh him. 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him, yet he needed no counselor. The most holy ones who were nigh to him did not leave by night nor depart from him. Until then I had been prostrate on my face, trembling, and the Lord called me with his own voice and said to me, Come hither, Enoch, and hear my word. One of the holy ones came to me and made me rise up, and he brought me to the door, and I bowed my face downwards. Chapter 15. And he answered and said to me, and I heard his voice, Fear not, Enoch, thou righteous man and scribe of righteousness. Approach hither and hear my voice, and go say to the watchers of heaven who have sent thee to intercede for them, You should intercede for men, and not men for you. Wherefore have ye left the high, holy, and eternal heaven, and laid with women, and defiled yourselves with the daughters of men? Ye have taken unto yourselves wives, and done like the children of earth, and have begotten giants as your sons. Though ye were holy, spiritual, living the eternal life, ye have defiled yourselves with the blood of women, and have begotten children with the blood of flesh. As the children of men have lusted after flesh and blood, even those who die and perish, therefore have I given them wives also that they might impregnate them, and beget children by them, that nothing might be wanting to them on earth. But you were formerly spiritual, living the eternal life, and immortal for all generations of the world, and therefore I have not appointed wives for you. As for the spiritual ones of heaven, in heaven is their dwelling. Now the giants who were produced from the spirits and flesh shall be called evil spirits upon the earth, and on the earth shall be their dwelling. Evil spirits have proceeded from their bodies because they are born from men, and from the holy watchers is their beginning and primal origin. They shall be evil spirits on earth, and evil spirits shall they be called. As for the spirits of heaven, in heaven shall be their dwelling. But as for the spirits of the earth which were born upon the earth, on the earth shall be their dwelling. The spirits of the giants afflict, oppress, destroy, attack, do battle, and work destruction on the earth, and cause trouble. They take no food, yet hunger and thirst, and cause offenses. These spirits shall rise up against the children of men and against women, for they have proceeded from them. Chapter 16. From the days of the slaughter, destruction, and death of the giants, from the souls of whose flesh the spirits, having gone forth, shall destroy without incurring judgment. Thus shall they destroy until the day of the consummation, the great judgment in which the watchers and the godless shall be consumed. Now as to the watchers who have sent thee to intercede for them, who had been a while in heaven, say to them, You have been in heaven, but all the mysteries had not yet been revealed to you, and you knew worthless ones. In the hardness of your hearts you have made known these mysteries to the women, and through them women and men work much evil on earth. Say to them, Therefore, you shall have no peace. Chapter 17. They took me to a place where those who were there were like flaming fire, and when they wished they appeared as men. They brought me to the place of darkness and to a mountain whose summit reached to heaven. I saw the places of the luminaries and the treasuries of the stars and of the thunder. In the uttermost depths were a fiery bow and arrows and their quiver and a fiery sword and all the lightnings. They took me to the living waters and to the fire of the west which receives every setting of the sun. I came to a river of fire in which the fire flows like water and discharges itself into the great sea towards the west. I saw the great rivers and came to the great darkness and went to a place where no flesh walks. I saw the mountains of the darkness of winter and the place whence all the waters of the deep flow. I saw the mouths of all the rivers of the earth and the mouth of the deep. Chapter 18. I saw the treasuries of all the winds. I saw how he had furnished the whole creation with them and the firm foundations of the earth. I saw the cornerstone of the earth. I saw the four winds which bear the earth and the firmament of heaven. I saw how the winds stretch out the vault of heaven and have their station between heaven and earth. These are the pillars of heaven. I saw the winds of heaven which turn and bring the circumference of the sun and all the stars to their setting. I saw the winds on the earth carrying the clouds. I saw the paths of the angels. I saw at the end of the earth the firmament of heaven above, and I proceeded and saw a place which burns day and night. There are 7 mountains of magnificent stone, 3 towards the east and 3 towards the south, and the middle one which reaches to heaven like the throne of God, of alabaster. The summit of the throne was of sapphire, and I saw a flaming fire. Beyond these mountains is a region at the ends of the great earth where the heavens were completed. I saw a deep abyss with columns of heavenly fire, and among them I saw columns of fire falling, measureless in height and depth. Beyond that abyss I saw a place which had no firmament of heaven above and no firmly founded earth beneath. There was no water upon it and no birds. It was a waste and horrible place. I saw their 7 stars like great burning mountains, and when I inquired regarding them, the angel said, This place is the end of heaven and earth. It has become a prison for the stars in the host of heaven. These are the stars which roll over the fire because they transgressed the commandment of the Lord in the beginning of their rising, for they did not come forth at their appointed times. He was wroth with them and bound them till the time when their guilt should be consummated, even for 10,000 years. Chapter 19. Uriel said to me, Here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits, assuming many different forms, are defiling mankind and leading them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods. They shall stand here till the day of the great judgment, in which they shall be judged till they are made an end of. And the women of the angels who went astray shall become sirens. And I, Enoch, alone saw the vision of the ends of all things, and no man shall see as I have seen. Chapter 20. These are the names of the holy angels who watch. Uriel, one of the holy angels who is over the world and over Tartarus. Raphael, one of the holy angels who is over the spirits of men. Raguel, one of the holy angels who takes vengeance on the world of the luminaries. Michael, one of the holy angels who was set over the best part of mankind and over chaos. Sariel, one of the holy angels who is set over the spirits who sin in the spirit. Gabriel, one of the holy angels who is over paradise and the serpents and the cherubim. Remiel, one of the holy angels whom God set over those who rise. Chapter 21. I proceeded to where things were chaotic, and I saw there something horrible. I saw neither a heaven above nor a firmly founded earth. There I saw 7 stars of heaven bound together like great mountains and burning with fire. Then I asked, for what sin are they bound, and on what account have they been cast in hither? Then said Uriel, one of the holy angels who was chief over them, Enoch, why dost thou ask, and why art thou eager for the truth? These are of the number of the stars of heaven which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord, and are bound here till 10,000 years, the time entailed by their sins being consummated. From then I went to another place which was more horrible than the former, and I saw a great fire which burned and blazed, and the place was cleft as far as the abyss and full of great descending columns of fire. Neither its extent nor magnitude could I see nor could I conjecture. I said, how fearful is this place, and how terrible to look upon. Then Uriel answered me, this place is the prison of the angels, and here they will be imprisoned forever. Chapter 22. Then I went to another place, and he showed me in the west another great and high mountain of hard rock, and in it were 4 hollow places, deep and wide and very smooth. How smooth are the hollow places and deep and dark to look at, I said. Then Raphael answered me, these hollow places have been created for this very purpose, that the spirits of the souls of the dead should assemble therein. That all the souls of the children of men should assemble here. These places have been made to receive them till the day of their judgment and appointed period, until the great judgment comes upon them. I saw the spirits of the children of men who were dead, and their voice went forth to heaven and made suit. Then I asked Raphael the angel, whose is this spirit whose voice goeth forth and mocketh suit? He answered, this is the spirit that went forth from Abel, whom his brother Cain slew, and he makes his suit against him till his seed is destroyed from the face of the earth. I asked regarding it and regarding all the hollow places, why is one separated from the other? He said, these 3 have been made that the spirits of the dead might be separated. Such a division has been made for the spirits of the righteous, in which there is a bright spring of water. Such a division has been made for sinners who die and are buried in the earth, and whose judgment has not been executed on them in their lifetime. Here their spirits shall be set apart in great pain till the great day of judgment and punishment, and torment of those who curse forever. And retribution for their spirits shall bind them forever. Such a division has been made for the spirits of those who make their suit, who make disclosures concerning their destruction when they were slain in the days of sinners. Such has been made for the spirits of men who were not righteous, but sinners complete in transgression. They shall be companions, but their spirits shall not be slain in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised then. Then I blessed the Lord of glory and said, blessed be my Lord, the Lord of righteousness, who ruleth forever. Chapter 23. From then I went to another place to the west of the ends of the earth, and I saw a burning fire which ran without resting and paused not from its course day or night, but ran regularly. I asked, what is this which rests not? Then Raguel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered, this course of fire which thou hast seen is the fire in the west which persecutes all the luminaries of heaven. Chapter 24. From then I went to another place of the earth, and he showed me a mountain range of fire which burned day and night. I went beyond it and saw 7 magnificent mountains, each differing from the other, and their stones were magnificent and beautiful. They were glorious in appearance and fair in exterior. 3 towards the east, one founded upon the other, and 3 towards the south, one upon the other, with deep rough ravines, none of which joined with any other. The 7th mountain was in the midst, and excelled them in height, resembling the seat of a throne. Fragrant trees encircled the throne, and among them was a tree such as I had never yet smelt nor seen the like. It had a fragrance beyond all fragrance, and its leaves and blooms, and would wither not forever. Its fruit was beautiful and resembled the dates of a palm. Then I said, How beautiful is this tree, and fragrant, and its leaves are fair, and its blooms very delightful in appearance. Then answered Michael, one of the holy and honored angels who was with me, and was their leader. Enoch, why dost thou ask me regarding the fragrance of the tree, and why dost thou wish to learn the truth? Chapter 25. He said unto me, This high mountain which thou hast seen, whose summit is like the throne of God, is his throne where the Holy Great One, the Lord of glory, the eternal King, will sit when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. As for this fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it till the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all and bring everything to its consummation forever. Then it shall be given to the righteous and holy, its fruit shall be for food to the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord the eternal King. Then shall they rejoice with joy and be glad, and into the holy place shall they enter, and its fragrance shall be in their bones. They shall live a long life on earth such as their fathers lived, and in their days shall no sorrow, plague, torment, or calamity touch them. Then blessed I the God of glory, the eternal King, who hath prepared such things for the righteous, and hath created them and promised to give to them. Chapter 26. And I went from then to the middle of the earth, and I saw a blessed place in which there were trees with branches abiding and blooming from a dismembered tree. There I saw a holy mountain, and underneath the mountain to the east there was a stream, and it flowed towards the south. I saw towards the east another mountain higher than this, and between them a deep and narrow ravine, in which also ran a stream underneath the mountain. To the west thereof there was another mountain lower than the former, and of small elevation, with a ravine deep and dry between them. Another deep and dry ravine was at the extremities of the 3 mountains, and all the ravines were deep and narrow, formed of hard rock. Trees were not planted upon them, and I marveled at the rocks and the ravines. Chapter 27. Then said I, For what object is this blessed land which is entirely filled with trees, and this accursed valley between? Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered and said, This accursed valley is for those who are accursed forever. Here shall all the accursed be gathered together. Those who uttered with their lips unseemly words against the Lord and spoke hard things of his glory. Here shall they be gathered, and here shall be their place of judgment in the last days. There shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment in the presence of the righteous forever. Here shall the merciful bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King, in the days of judgment over the former. They shall bless him for the mercy in accordance with which he has assigned them their lot. Then I blessed the Lord of glory, and proclaimed his greatness gloriously. Chapter 28. And then I went towards the east into the midst of the mountain range of the desert, and I saw a wilderness, solitary and full of trees and plants. Water gushed forth from above, rushing like a copious watercourse which flowed towards the northwest. It caused clouds and dew to ascend on every side. Chapter 29. Then I went to another place in the desert and approached the east of this mountain range. There I saw aromatic trees exhaling the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh, and the trees were similar to the almond tree. Chapter 30. Beyond these I went further to the east, and I saw another valley full of water, and therein there was a tree the color of fragrant trees such as the mastic. On the sides of those valleys I saw fragrant cinnamon. Beyond these I proceeded to the east. Chapter 31. I saw other mountains, and amongst them were groves of trees, and there flowed forth from them nectar which is named Syrira and Galbanum. Beyond these mountains I saw another mountain to the east of the ends of the earth whereon were aloe trees, and all the trees were full of sap. They were like almond trees, and when one burnt them, they smelt sweeter than any fragrant odor. Chapter 32. After these fragrant odors, as I looked towards the north over the mountains, I saw 7 mountains full of choice nard and fragrant trees and cinnamon and pepper. Then I went over the summits of all these mountains far towards the east of the earth, passed above the cherub Zodiel, and came to the garden of righteousness. I saw beyond those trees many large trees growing there, of goodly fragrance, large, very beautiful, and glorious. I saw the tree of wisdom whereof they eat and know great wisdom. That tree was in height like the fir, and its leaves were like those of the carob tree, and its fruit was like the clusters of the vine, very beautiful. The fragrance of the tree penetrated afar. Then I said, how beautiful is the tree, and how attractive is its look. Raphael, the holy angel who was with me, answered and said, this is the tree of wisdom of which thy father, old in years, and thy aged mother, who were before thee, have eaten. They learned wisdom, their eyes were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they were driven out of the garden. Chapter 33. From then I went to the ends of the earth, and saw their great beasts, each differing from the other. I saw birds also, differing in appearance, beauty, and voice, each differing from the other. To the east of those beasts I saw the ends of the earth whereon the heaven rests, and the portals of heaven open. I saw how the stars of heaven come forth, and I counted the portals out of which they proceed and wrote down all their outlets, each star by itself, according to their number and their names, their courses, positions, times, and months. As Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, showed me, he showed me all things, wrote down their names, laws, and companies for me. Chapter 34. From then I went towards the north to the ends of the earth, and there I saw a great and glorious device at the ends of the whole earth. Here I saw 3 portals of heaven open, through each of them proceed north winds. When they blow, there is cold, hail, frost, snow, dew, and rain. Out of one portal they blow for good, but when they blow through the other 2 portals, it is with violence and affliction upon the earth. Chapter 35. From then I went towards the west to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 portals of heaven open, such as I had seen in the east, the same number of portals and the same number of outlets. Chapter 36. From then I went to the south to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 open portals of heaven, from which come dew, rain, and wind. From then I went to the east to the ends of heaven, and saw the 3 eastern portals of heaven open and small portals above them. Through each of these small portals pass the stars of heaven and run their course to the west on the path shown to them. As often as I saw, I blessed the Lord of glory, and continued to bless him who has wrought great and glorious wonders, to show the greatness of his work to the angels, to the spirits, and to men, that they might praise his work and all his creation, see the work of his might, and bless the great work of his hands forever. Chapter 37. The second vision which he saw, the vision of wisdom which Enoch, the son of Jared, the son of Mahalalel, the son of Cainan, the son of Enos, the son of Seth, the son of Adam, saw. This is the beginning of the words of wisdom which I lifted up my voice to speak, saying to those who dwell on earth, Hear ye, men of old time, and see ye that come after, the words of the Holy One which I will speak before the Lord of spirits. It were better to declare them only to the men of old time, but even to those that come after we will not withhold the beginning of wisdom till the present day. Such wisdom has never been given by the Lord of spirits as I have received according to my insight and the good pleasure of the Lord of spirits, by whom the lot of eternal life has been given to me. Now 3 parables were imparted to me, and I lifted up my voice and recounted them to those that dwell on the earth. Chapter 38. The first parable. When the congregation of the righteous shall appear, and sinners shall be judged for their sins, and driven from the face of the earth, and when the righteous one shall appear before the eyes of the elect, whose works hang upon the Lord of spirits. Light shall appear to the righteous and the elect who dwell on the earth. Where then will be the dwelling of the sinners, and where the resting place of those who have denied the Lord of spirits? It had been good for them if they had not been born when the secrets of the righteous shall be revealed, and the sinners judged, and the godless driven from the presence of the righteous and elect. From that time those that possess the earth shall no longer be powerful and exalted, nor able to behold the face of the holy, for the Lord of spirits has caused his light to appear on the face of the holy, the righteous, and elect. Then shall the kings and the mighty perish, and be given into the hands of the righteous and holy. From that time forth none shall seek mercy from the Lord of spirits, for their life is at an end. Chapter 39. And it shall come to pass in those days that elect and holy children will descend from the high heaven, and their seed will become one with the children of men. In those days Enoch received books of zeal and wrath and books of disquisition and expulsion. Mercy shall not be accorded to them, saith the Lord of spirits. In those days a whirlwind carried me off from the earth and set me down at the ends of the heavens. There I saw another vision, the dwelling places of the holy and the resting places of the righteous. My eyes saw their dwellings with their righteous angels, and their resting places with the holy, and they petitioned and interceded and prayed for the children of men. Righteousness flowed before them as water, and mercy like dew upon the earth, thus it is among them forever and ever. In that place my eyes saw the elect one of righteousness and of faith, and I saw his dwelling place under the wings of the Lord of spirits. Righteousness shall prevail in his days, and the righteous and elect shall be without number before him forever and ever. All the righteous and elect before him shall be strong as fiery lights, their mouths full of blessing, and their lips extol the name of the Lord of spirits. Righteousness before him shall never fail, and uprightness shall never fail before him. There I wished to dwell, and my spirit longed for that dwelling place. There has been my portion, for so has it been established concerning me before the Lord of spirits. In those days I praised and extolled the name of the Lord of spirits with blessings and praises, because he hath destined me for blessing and glory according to the good pleasure of the Lord of spirits. For a long time my eyes regarded that place, and I blessed him and praised him, saying, Blessed is he, and may he be blessed from the beginning and forevermore. Before him there is no ceasing. He knows before the world was created what is forever and what will be from generation unto generation. Those who sleep not bless thee. They stand before thy glory and bless, praise, and extol, saying, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of spirits. He filleth the earth with spirits. My eyes saw all those who sleep not. They stand before him and bless, saying, Blessed be thou, and blessed be the name of the Lord forever and ever. My face was changed, for I could no longer be whole. Chapter 40. After that I saw thousands of thousands and 10,000 times 10,000. I saw a multitude beyond number, and reckoning, who stood before the Lord of Spirits. On the four sides of the Lord of Spirits I saw four presences different from those that sleep not, and I learned their names, for the angel that went with me made known to me their names and showed me all hidden things. I heard the voices of those four presences as they uttered praises before the Lord of glory. The first voice blessed the Lord of Spirits forever and ever. The second voice I heard blessing the elect one and the elect ones who hang upon the Lord of Spirits. The third voice I heard praying and interceding for those who dwell on the earth, supplicating in the name of the Lord of Spirits. The fourth voice I heard fending off the Satans and forbidding them to come before the Lord of Spirits to accuse those who dwell on the earth. After that I asked the angel of peace who went with me, who showed me everything hidden, "Who are these four presences whose words I have heard and written down?" He said to me, "The first is Michael, the merciful and long-suffering. The second, set over all the diseases and wounds of the children of men, is Raphael. The third, set over all the powers, is Gabriel. The fourth, set over the repentance of those who inherit eternal life, is named Phanuel. These are the four angels of the Lord of Spirits, and these are the four voices I heard in those days." Chapter 41. After that I saw all the secrets of the heavens and how the kingdom is divided, and how the actions of men are weighed in the balance. There I saw the mansions of the elect and the mansions of the holy, and mine eyes saw them all, the sinners being driven away, those who deny the name of the Lord of Spirits, dragged off, unable to abide because of the punishment which proceeds from the Lord of Spirits. There mine eyes saw the secrets of the lightning and of the thunder, and the secrets of the winds, how they are divided to blow over the earth. I saw the secrets of the clouds and dew. There I saw whence they proceed, and how they saturate the dusty earth. I saw closed chambers out of which the winds are divided, the chamber of the hail and winds, the chamber of the mist and of the clouds, whose cloud hovers over the earth from the beginning of the world. I saw the chambers of the sun and moon, whence they proceed and with what they return, their glorious return, how one is superior to the other, their stately orbit, how they do not leave their orbit, add nothing to it, nor take anything from it, and keep faith with each other in accordance with the oath by which they are bound together. First the sun goes forth and traverses his path according to the commandment of the Lord of Spirits. Mighty is his name forever and ever. After that I saw the hidden and visible path of the moon, and she completes the course of her path in that place by day and by night, one opposite to the other before the Lord of Spirits. They give thanks and praise and rest not, for unto them is their thanksgiving. For the sun changes for a blessing or a curse, and the course of the moon is light to the righteous and darkness to the sinners. In the name of the Lord, who made a separation between light and darkness, and divided the spirits of men, and strengthened the spirits of the righteous in the name of his righteousness. No angel hinders, and no power is able to hinder, for he appoints a judge for them all, and he judges them all before him. Chapter 42. Wisdom found no place where she might dwell. Then a dwelling place was assigned her in the heavens. Wisdom went forth to make her dwelling among the children of men, and found no dwelling place. She returned to her place as before, and took her seat among the angels. Unrighteousness went forth from her chambers. Whom she sought not she found, and dwelt with them as rain in a desert, and dew on a thirsty land. Chapter 43. I saw other lightnings and the stars of heaven, and I saw how he called them all by their names, and they hearkened unto him. I saw how they are weighed in a righteous balance according to their proportions of light. I saw the width of their spaces, the day of their appearing, and how their revolution produces lightning. I saw their revolution according to the number of the angels, and how they keep faith with each other. I asked the angel who went with me, who showed me what was hidden, "What are these?" He said to me, "The Lord of spirits has showed thee their parabolic meaning. Read their parable. These are the names of the holy who dwell on the earth and believe in the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever." Chapter 44. Also another phenomenon I saw regarding the lightnings, how some of the stars arise and become lightnings and cannot part with their new form. Chapter 45. This is the second parable concerning those who deny the name of the dwelling of the holy ones and the Lord of spirits. Into heaven they shall not ascend, and on the earth they shall not come. Such shall be the lot of the sinners who deny the name of the Lord of spirits, who are preserved for the day of suffering and tribulation. On that day mine elect ones shall sit on the throne of glory and shall try their works, and their places of rest shall be innumerable. Their souls shall grow strong within them when they see mine elect ones and those who have called upon my glorious name. Then will I cause mine elect one to dwell among them, and I will transform the heaven and make it an eternal blessing and light. I will transform the earth and make it a blessing, and I will cause mine elect ones to dwell upon it. But the sinners and evildoers shall not set foot thereon, for I have provided peace for my righteous ones and caused them to dwell before me. For the sinners there is judgment impending with me, that I shall destroy them from the face of the earth. Chapter 46. There I saw one who had a head of days, and his head was white like wool. With him was another being whose countenance had the appearance of a man, and his face was full of graciousness like one of the holy angels. I asked the angel who went with me, and showed me all hidden things concerning that Son of Man who was with the head of days, who he was, whence he was, and why he went with the head of days. He answered and said, "This is the Son of Man, with whom righteousness dwelleth, and who revealeth all the treasures of that which is hidden. The Lord of spirits hath chosen him, and his lot hath preeminence before the Lord of spirits in uprightness forever. This Son of Man whom thou hast seen shall raise up the kings and the mighty from their seats, and the strong from their thrones. He shall loosen the reins of the strong and break the teeth of the sinners. He shall put down the kings from their thrones and kingdoms, because they do not exalt and praise him, nor humbly acknowledge whence the kingdom was bestowed upon them. He shall put down the countenance of the strong and fill them with shame. Darkness shall be their dwelling, and worms their bed. They shall have no hope of rising from their beds, because they do not exalt the name of the Lord of spirits. These are they who judge the stars of heaven and raise their hands against the Most High, tread upon the earth, and dwell upon it. All their deeds manifest unrighteousness. Their power rests upon their riches, and their faith is in the gods they have made with their hands. They deny the name of the Lord of spirits and persecute the houses of his congregations and the faithful who hang upon the name of the Lord of spirits. Chapter 47. In those days the prayer of the righteous and the blood of the righteous shall ascend from the earth before the Lord of spirits. The holy ones who dwell above in the heavens shall unite with one voice, supplicate, pray, praise, give thanks, and bless the name of the Lord of spirits on behalf of the blood of the righteous which has been shed. They pray that the judgment may be done unto them, and that they may not have to suffer forever. In those days I saw the head of days seated upon the throne of his glory, and the books of the living were opened before him, and all his host which is in heaven stood before him. The hearts of the holy were filled with joy, because the number of the righteous had been offered, the prayer of the righteous heard, and the blood of the righteous required before the Lord of spirits. Chapter 48. In that place I saw the fountain of righteousness, which was inexhaustible, and around it were many fountains of wisdom. All the thirsty drank of them, and were filled with wisdom, and their dwellings were with the righteous and holy and elect. At that hour the Son of Man was named in the presence of the Lord of spirits, and his name before the head of days, before the sun and the signs, was created before the stars of heaven. His name was named before the Lord of spirits. He shall be a staff to the righteous whereon to stay themselves and not fall. He shall be the light of the Gentiles, and the hope of those who are troubled of heart. All who dwell on earth shall fall down and worship before him, and will praise, bless, and celebrate with song the Lord of spirits. For this reason hath he been chosen and hidden before him from the creation of the world and forevermore. The wisdom of the Lord of spirits hath revealed him to the holy and righteous, for he hath preserved the lot of the righteous, because they have hated and despised this world of unrighteousness and all its works and ways in the name of the Lord of spirits. In his name they are saved, and according to his good pleasure hath it been in regard to their life. In these days the kings of the earth have become downcast in countenance, and the strong who possess the land, because of the works of their hands. On the day of their anguish and affliction they shall not be able to save themselves. I will give them over into the hands of mine elect as straw in the fire. So shall they burn before the face of the holy. As lead in water shall they sink before the face of the righteous, and no trace of them shall any more be found. On the day of their affliction there shall be rest on the earth. Before them they shall fall and not rise again, and there shall be no one to take them by the hand and raise them. They have denied the Lord of spirits and his anointed. The name of the Lord of spirits be blessed. Chapter 49. For wisdom is poured out like water, and glory arch not before him forevermore, for he is mighty in all the secrets of righteousness. Unrighteousness shall disappear as a shadow and have no continuance, for the elect one standeth before the Lord of spirits, and his glory is forever and ever, and his might unto all generations. In him dwells the spirit of wisdom, the spirit which gives insight and understanding and might, and the spirit of those who have fallen asleep in righteousness. He shall judge the secret things, and none shall be able to utter a lying word before him, for he is the elect one before the Lord of spirits according to his good pleasure. Chapter 50. In those days a change shall take place for the holy and elect, and the light of day shall abide upon them. Glory and honor shall return to the holy on the day of affliction, on which evil shall have been treasured up against the sinners. The righteous shall be victorious in the name of the Lord of spirits, and he will cause the others to witness this, that they may repent and forego the works of their hands. They shall have no honor through the name of the Lord of spirits, yet through his name shall they be saved. The Lord of spirits will have compassion on them, for his compassion is great, and he is righteous also in his judgment. In the presence of his glory unrighteousness shall not maintain itself at his judgment. The unrepentant shall perish before him, and henceforth I will have no mercy on them, saith the Lord of spirits. Chapter 51. In those days the earth also shall give back that which has been entrusted to it, and she shall also give back that which she has received. Hell shall give back that which it owes, for in those days the elect one shall arise and choose the righteous and holy from among them, for the day has drawn nigh that they should be saved. The elect one shall in those days sit on my throne, and his mouth shall pour forth all the secrets of wisdom and counsel, for the Lord of spirits hath given them to him, and hath glorified him. In those days the mountains shall leap like rams, and the hills also shall skip like lambs satisfied with milk. The faces of all the angels in heaven shall be lighted up with joy, and the earth shall rejoice, and the righteous shall dwell upon it, and the elect shall walk thereon. Chapter 52. After those days, in that place where I had seen all the visions of that which is hidden, for I had been carried off in a whirlwind towards the west, there mine eyes saw all the secret things of heaven. There shall be a mountain of iron, a mountain of copper, a mountain of silver, a mountain of gold, a mountain of soft metal, and a mountain of lead. I asked the angel who went with me, "What are these things which I have seen in secret?" He said unto me, "All these things which thou hast seen shall serve the dominion of his anointed, that he may be potent and mighty on the earth." The angel of peace answered, "Wait a little, and there shall be revealed unto thee all the secret things which surround the Lord of spirits and these mountains which thine eyes have seen. All these shall be in the presence of the elect one as wax before the fire and as water streaming down upon those mountains. They shall become powerless before his feet, and it shall come to pass in those days that none shall be saved either by gold or by silver, and none be able to escape. There shall be no iron for war, nor shall one clothe oneself with a breastplate. Bronze shall be of no service, tin shall be of no service, and lead shall not be desired. All these things shall be denied and destroyed from the surface of the earth when the elect one shall appear before the face of the Lord of spirits. Chapter 53. There mine eyes saw a deep valley with open mouths, and all who dwell on the earth and sea and islands shall bring to him gifts and presents and tokens of homage. But that deep valley shall not become full, for their hands commit lawless deeds, and the sinners devour all whom they oppress. Yet the sinners shall be destroyed before the face of the Lord of spirits, and they shall be banished from off the face of his earth and perish forever and ever. I saw all the angels of punishment abiding there, and preparing all the instruments of Satan. I asked the angel of peace, "For whom are they preparing these instruments?" He said unto me, "They prepare these for the kings and the mighty of this earth, that they may thereby be destroyed. After this the righteous and elect one shall cause the house of his congregation to appear. Henceforth they shall be no more hindered in the name of the Lord of spirits. These mountains shall not stand before his righteousness. The hills shall be as a fountain of water, and the righteous shall have rest from the oppression of sinners." Chapter 54. I looked and turned to another part of the earth, and saw there a deep valley with burning fire. They brought the kings and the mighty, and began to cast them into this deep valley. There mine eyes saw how they made these their instruments, iron chains of immeasurable weight. I asked the angel of peace, "For whom are these chains being prepared?" He said unto me, "These are being prepared for the hosts of Azazel, that they may be taken and cast into the abyss of complete condemnation. They shall cover their jaws with rough stones as the Lord of spirits commanded. Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Phanuel shall take hold of them on that great day and cast them into the burning furnace, that the Lord of spirits may take vengeance on them for their unrighteousness in becoming subject to Satan and leading astray those who dwell on the earth. In those days shall punishment come from the Lord of spirits. He will open all the chambers of waters which are above the heavens and of the fountains which are beneath the earth. All the waters shall be joined, the waters above the heavens, the masculine, and the waters beneath the earth, the feminine, and they shall destroy all who dwell on the earth, and those who dwell under the ends of heaven. When they have recognized their unrighteousness wrought on the earth, then by these shall they perish." Chapter 55. After that the head of days repented and said, "In vain have I destroyed all who dwell on the earth. Henceforth I will not do so to all who dwell on the earth, and I will set a sign in the heaven as a pledge of good faith between me and them forever, so long as heaven is above the earth. This is in accordance with my command when I have desired to take hold of them by the hand of the angels on the day of tribulation and pain. Because of this I will cause my chastisement and wrath to abide upon them, saith God the Lord of spirits. Ye mighty kings who dwell on the earth, ye shall behold mine elect one as he sits on the throne of glory, and judges Azazel, and all his associates and hosts in the name of the Lord of spirits." Chapter 56. I saw there the hosts of the angels of punishment going, holding scourges and chains of iron and bronze. I asked the angel of peace, "To whom are these who hold the scourges going?" He said unto me, "To their elect and beloved ones, that they may be cast into the chasm of the abyss of the valley. That valley shall be filled with their elect and beloved, and the days of their lives shall be at an end. The days of their leading astray shall not be reckoned henceforward. In those days the angels shall return and hurl themselves to the east upon the paths and seas. They shall stir up the kings so that a spirit of unrest shall come upon them, rousing them from their thrones. They shall break forth as lions from their lairs and as hungry wolves among their flocks. They shall go up and tread underfoot the land of his elect ones. The land of his elect ones shall be before them like a threshing floor and a highway. But the city of my righteous shall be a hindrance to their horses, and they shall begin to fight among themselves. Their right hand shall be strong against themselves, and a man shall not know his brother, nor son his father or mother. There shall be no number of corpses through their slaughter. Their punishment shall not be in vain. In those days hell shall open its jaws, and they shall be swallowed up therein, and their destruction shall be at an end. Hell shall devour the sinners in the presence of the elect. Chapter 57. It came to pass after this that I saw another host of wagons and men riding thereon, coming on the winds from the east, from the west, and from the south. The noise of their wagons was heard, and when this turmoil took place, the holy ones from heaven remarked it. The pillars of the earth were moved from their place, and the sound thereof was heard from one end of heaven to the other in one day. They shall all fall down and worship the Lord of spirits. End of the second parable. Chapter 58. I began to speak the third parable concerning the righteous and elect. Blessed are ye, ye righteous and elect, for glorious shall be your lot. The righteous shall be in the light of the sun, and the elect in the light of eternal life. The days of their life shall be unending, and the days of the holy without number. They shall seek the light and find righteousness with the Lord of spirits. There shall be peace to the righteous in the name of the eternal Lord. After this it shall be said to the holy in heaven, for it has become bright as the sun upon earth, and the darkness is past. There shall be a light that never endeth, and unto a limited number of days they shall not come, for the darkness shall first have been destroyed, and the light established before the Lord of spirits. The light of uprightness shall be established forever before the Lord of spirits. Chapter 59. In those days mine eyes saw the secrets of the lightnings and of the lights in the judgments they execute. Lightning for blessing or a curse as the Lord of spirits willeth. There I saw the secrets of the thunder, and how when it resounds above in heaven, the sound thereof is heard below. He caused me to see the judgments executed on the earth, whether for well-being and blessing or for a curse, according to the word of the Lord of spirits. After that all the secrets of the lights and lightnings were shown to me, and they lightened for blessing and for satisfying. Chapter 60. Book of Noah, a fragment in the year 500, in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month, in the life of Enoch, I saw how a mighty quaking made the heaven of heavens to quake, and the host of the Most High and the angels. Thousands of thousands and 10,000 times 10,000 were disquieted with a great disquiet. The head of days sat on the throne of his glory, and the angels and the righteous stood around him. A great trembling seized me. Fear took hold of me. My loins gave way. My reins dissolved, and I fell upon my face. Michael sent another angel from among the holy ones, and he raised me up. When he had raised me, my spirit returned, for I had not been able to endure the look of this host, the commotion, and the quaking of heaven. Michael said unto me, Why art thou disquieted with such a vision? The day of his mercy is lasted, for he hath been merciful and longsuffering towards those who dwell on the earth. But when the day and the power and the punishment and the judgment come, which the Lord of spirits hath prepared for those who worship not the righteous law, and for those who deny the righteous judgment, and for those who take his name in vain, that day is prepared as a covenant for the elect, but as an inquisition for sinners. When the punishment of the Lord of spirits shall rest upon them, it shall slay the children with their mothers, and the children with their fathers. Afterwards the judgment shall take place according to his mercy and patience. On that day 2 monsters were parted, a female monster named Leviathan to dwell in the abysses of the ocean over the fountains of the waters, and the male named Behemoth, who occupied with his breast a waste wilderness called Dind on the east of the garden, where the elect and righteous dwell, where my grandfather was taken up. The 7th from Adam, the first man whom the Lord of spirits created. I besought the other angel that he should show me the might of those monsters, how they were parted on one day and cast, one into the abysses of the sea, and the other unto the dry land of the wilderness. He said unto me, Thou son of man, herein thou dost seek to know what is hidden. The angel who went with me and showed me what was hidden told me of what is first and last in the heaven, in the height and beneath the earth, at the ends of heaven and on the foundation of heaven. He showed me the chambers of the winds, how the winds are divided, weighed, and reckoned each according to its power, the power of the lights of the moon, and the divisions of the stars according to their names. How all the divisions are made, and the thunders according to the places where they fall, and the divisions made among the lightnings that they may lighten, and their host obey at once. The thunder has places of rest assigned while waiting for its peal, and thunder and lightning, inseparable though divided, both go together through the spirit and part not, for when the lightning lightens, the thunder utters its voice. The spirit enforces a pause during the peal, divides equally between them, for the treasury of their peals is like sand, and each peal is held with a bridle and turned back by the power of the Spirit and pushed forward according to the many quarters of the earth. The spirit of the sea is masculine and strong, and by its strength it draws back as rain and in like manner is driven forward, dispersing amid all the mountains of the earth. The spirit of the frost is its own angel. The spirit of the hail is a good angel. The spirit of the snow has forsaken its chambers because of its strength. There is a special spirit, and what ascends from it is like smoke, named frost. The spirit of the mist is not united with them in their chambers, but has a special chamber, its course glorious in light and darkness, in winter and summer, with an angel in its chamber. The spirit of the dew dwells at the ends of heaven, connected with the chambers of the rain. Its course is in winter and summer, and its clouds and the clouds of the mist are connected. The one gives to the other. When the spirit of the rain goes forth from its chamber, the angels open that chamber and lead it out. When it is diffused over the earth, it unites with the water on the earth. For the waters are appointed for those who dwell on the earth by the Most High in heaven. Therefore there is a measure for the rain, and the angels take charge of it. These things I saw towards the garden of the righteous, and the angel of peace said unto me, These 2 monsters, prepared conformably to the greatness of God, shall. Chapter 61. In those days long cords were given to those angels. They took to themselves wings and flew towards the north. I asked the angel, Why have those angels taken these cords and gone off? He answered, They have gone to measure. The angel who went with me said, These shall bring the measures of the righteous and the ropes of the righteous to the righteous, that they may stay themselves on the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever. The elect shall dwell with the elect, and these measures shall be given to faith and shall strengthen righteousness. These measures shall reveal all the secrets of the depths of the earth, of those destroyed by the desert, devoured by beasts, and devoured by the fish of the sea, that they may return and stay themselves on the day of the elect one. For none shall be destroyed before the Lord of spirits, and none can be destroyed. All who dwell above in heaven received a command and power and one voice and one light like unto fire. With their first words they blessed, extolled, and magnified with wisdom, and were wise in utterance and in the spirit of life. The Lord of spirits placed the elect one on the throne of glory, and he shall judge all the works of the holy above in heaven. In the balance shall their deeds be weighed, and when he lifts up his countenance to judge their secret ways according to the word of the name of the Lord of spirits, and their path according to the righteous judgment of the Lord of spirits, then shall they all with one voice speak and bless and glorify and extol and sanctify the name of the Lord of spirits. He will summon all the host of heaven, the cherubic seraphim, the anon, all angels of power, principalities, the elect one, and other powers on earth and over water. On that day they shall raise one voice and bless and glorify and exalt in the spirit of faith, wisdom, patience, mercy, judgment, peace, and goodness, saying, Blessed is he, and may the name of the Lord of spirits be blessed forever and ever. All who sleep not above in heaven shall bless him. All the holy ones in heaven shall bless him, all the elect who dwell in the garden of life, and every spirit of light able to bless, glorify, extol, and hallow thy blessed name. All flesh shall beyond measure glorify and bless thy name forever and ever, for great is the mercy of the Lord of spirits, and he is long-suffering. All his works and all that he has created he has revealed to the righteous and elect in the name of the Lord of spirits. Chapter 62. Thus the Lord commanded the kings and the mighty and the exalted and those who dwell on the earth, Open your eyes and lift up your horns if you can recognize the elect one. The Lord of spirits seated him on the throne of his glory, and the spirit of righteousness was poured out upon him, and the word of his mouth slays all sinners. All the unrighteous are destroyed from before his face. On that day all the kings and mighty and exalted who hold the earth shall stand up, and they shall see and recognize how he sits on the throne of his glory, and righteous judgment is before him, and no lying word is spoken before him. Then shall pain come upon them as on a woman in travail, with pain like bringing forth a child. One portion shall look upon another and be terrified, downcast of countenance, seized with pain when they see that Son of Man on the throne of his glory. The kings and mighty and all who possess the earth shall bless and glorify and extol him who rules over all, who was hidden from the beginning, the Son of Man, hidden before his might and revealed to the elect. All the congregation of the elect and holy shall be sown, and all the elect shall stand before him. All the kings and mighty and exalted, and those who rule the earth shall fall down before him on their faces, and worship, and set their hope on that Son of Man, and supplicate for mercy at his hands. He will press them so that they hastily flee from his presence, their faces filled with shame and darkness. He will deliver them to the angels for punishment, to execute vengeance on them because they oppressed his children and his elect, and they shall be a spectacle for the righteous and elect, who shall rejoice over them because the wrath of the Lord of spirits rests upon them, and his sword is drunk with their blood. The righteous and elect shall be saved on that day. They shall never again see the face of the sinners and unrighteous. The Lord of spirits shall abide over them, and with that Son of Man shall they eat, lie down, and rise up forever and ever. The righteous and elect shall rise from the earth, cease to be downcast, and be clothed with garments of glory, the garments of life from the Lord of spirits. Their garments shall not grow old, nor their glory pass away before the Lord of spirits. Chapter 63. In those days the mighty and the kings who possess the earth shall implore him to grant them a little respite from the angel of punishment to whom they were delivered. They shall fall down and worship before the Lord of spirits and confess their sins before him, blessing and glorifying the Lord of spirits, saying, Blessed is the Lord of spirits and the Lord of kings, the Lord of the mighty and the rich, the Lord of glory and the Lord of wisdom. Splendid in every secret thing is thy power from generation to generation, and thy glory forever and ever. Deep are all thy secrets and innumerable. Thy righteousness is beyond reckoning. We have now learned that we should glorify and bless the Lord of kings, him who is king over all kings. They shall say, Would that we had rest to glorify and give thanks and confess our faith before his glory. We long for a little rest, but find it not. Light has vanished, and darkness is our dwelling forever. For we believed not before him, nor glorified the name of the Lord of spirits, nor our Lord. But our hope was in the scepter of our kingdom and our glory. On the day of our suffering and tribulation he saves us not, and we find no rest for confession that our Lord is true in all his works and judgments. The unrepentant shall perish before him, and henceforth I will have no mercy on them, saith the Lord of spirits. These are the ordinances and judgments with respect to the mighty and the kings and the exalted and those who possess the earth before the Lord of spirits. Chapter 64. I saw hidden in that place other forms, and I heard the voice of the angels saying, These are the angels who descended to the earth and revealed what was hidden to the children of men, seducing them into sin. Chapter 65. In those days Noah saw the earth had sunk down, and its destruction was nigh. He arose and went to the ends of the earth and cried aloud to his grandfather Enoch, saying 3 times with an embittered voice, Hear me, hear me, hear me. I said unto him, Tell me what is falling out on the earth, that it is in such evil plight and shaken, lest perchance I perish with it. There was a great commotion on the earth, and a voice was heard from heaven. I fell on my face. Enoch my grandfather came and stood by me, saying, Why hast thou cried unto me with bitter cry and weeping? A command has gone forth from the presence of the Lord concerning those who dwell on the earth. Their ruin is accomplished because they have learned all the secrets of the angels and the violence of the Satans and all their powers, and the most secret ones, and all the power of those who practice sorcery and witchcraft, and those who make molten images for the whole earth. They know how silver is produced from the dust of the earth and how soft metal originates in the earth, for lead and tin are not produced like the first metals. They come from a fountain, and an angel stands therein and is preeminent. My grandfather took hold of me by the hand and raised me, saying, Go, for I have asked the Lord of spirits concerning this commotion on the earth. He said, Because of their unrighteousness, their judgment is determined and shall not be withheld forever because of the sorceries which they have sought and learned. The earth and those who dwell upon it shall be destroyed, for they have shown what was hidden. They are damned. But as for thee, my son, the Lord of spirits knows that thou art pure and guiltless of this reproach concerning secrets, and he hath destined thy name among the holy, and will preserve thee among those who dwell on the earth. He hath destined thy righteous seed for kingship and great honors, and from thy seed shall proceed a fountain of the righteous and holy without number forever. Chapter 66. And after that he showed me the angels of punishment who were prepared to come and let loose all the powers of the waters which are beneath in the earth, in order to bring judgment and destruction on all who abide and dwell on the earth. And the Lord of spirits gave commandment to the angels who were going forth that they should not cause the waters to rise, but should hold them in check. For those angels were over the powers of the waters. And I went away from the presence of Enoch. Chapter 67. In those days the word of God came unto me, and he said unto me, Noah, thy lot has come up before me, a lot without blame, a lot of love and uprightness. And now the angels are making a wooden building, and when they have completed that task, I will place my hand upon it and preserve it. And there shall come forth from it the seed of life, and a change shall set in, so that the earth will not remain without inhabitant. And I will make fast thy seed before me forever and ever, and I will spread abroad those who dwell with thee. It shall not be unfruitful on the face of the earth, but it shall be blessed and multiply on the earth in the name of the Lord. And he will imprison those angels who have shown unrighteousness in that burning valley which my grandfather Enoch had formerly shown to me in the west among the mountains of gold and silver and iron and soft metal and tin. And I saw that valley in which there was a great convulsion and a convulsion of the waters. And when all this took place from that fiery molten metal, and from the convulsion thereof in that place, there was produced a smell of sulfur, and it was connected with those waters, and that valley of the angels who had led mankind astray beneath that land. And through its valleys proceeded streams of fire, where these angels are punished who had led astray those who dwell upon the earth. But those waters shall in those days serve for the kings and the mighty and the exalted, and those who dwell on the earth for the healing of the body, but for the punishment of the spirit. Now their spirit is full of lust that they may be punished in their body, for they have denied the Lord of spirits, and see their punishment daily, and yet believe not in his name. And in proportion as the burning of their bodies becomes severe, a corresponding change shall take place in their spirit forever and ever. For before the Lord of spirits none shall utter an idle word, for the judgment shall come upon them, because they believe in the lust of their body and deny the Spirit of the Lord. And those same waters will undergo a change in those days, for when those angels are punished in these water springs shall change their temperature. And when the angels ascend, these waters of the springs shall change and become cold. And I heard Michael answering and saying, This judgment wherewith the angels are judged is a testimony for the kings and the mighty who possess the earth, because these waters of judgment minister to the healing of the body of the kings and the lust of their body. Therefore they will not see and will not believe that those waters will change and become a fire which burns forever. Chapter 68. After that my grandfather Enoch gave me the teaching of all the secrets in the book of the parables which had been given to him, and he put them together for me in the words of the book of the parables. And on that day Michael answered Raphael and said, The power of the Spirit transports and makes me tremble because of the severity of the judgment of the secrets, the judgment of the angels. Who can endure the severe judgment which has been executed, and before which they melt away? And Michael answered again and said to Raphael, Who is he whose heart is not softened concerning it, and whose reins are not troubled by this word of judgment that is gone forth upon them because of those who have thus led them out? And it came to pass, when he stood before the Lord of spirits, Michael said thus to Raphael, I will not take their part under the eye of the Lord, for the Lord of spirits has been angry with them, because they do as if they were the Lord. Therefore all that is hidden shall come upon them forever and ever, for neither angel nor man shall have his portion in it, but alone they have received their judgment forever and ever. Chapter 69. After this judgment they shall terrify and make them to tremble, because they have shown this to those who dwell on the earth. And behold the names of those angels, and these are their names. The first of them is Samjazer, the second, Araka, the third, Armand, the fourth, Kabul, the fifth, Turil, the sixth, Rajal, the seventh, Danil, the eighth, Nel, the ninth, Beryl, the 10th, Azazel, the 11th, Armoros, the 12th, Batar, the 13th, Buzel, the 14th, Hananel, the 15th, Turel, the 16th, Cecil, the 17th, Jetrel, the 18th, Tumali, the 19th, Terrell, the 20th, Ryle, the 21st, Azazel, And these are the chiefs of their angels, and their chief ones over hundreds and over fifties and over tens. The name of the first is Jachin. That is the one who led astray all the sons of God and brought them down to the earth and led them astray through the daughters of men. And the second was named Aspel. He imparted to the holy sons of God evil counsel and led them astray, so that they defiled their bodies with the daughters of men. The third was named Gadriel. He it is who showed the children of men all the blows of death, and he led astray Eve, and showed the weapons of death to the sons of men, the shield, and the coat of mail, and the sword for battle, and all the weapons of death to the children of men. And from his hand they have proceeded against those who dwell on the earth from that day and forevermore. The fourth was named Penemu. He taught the children of men the bitter and the sweet, and he taught them all the secrets of their wisdom, and he instructed mankind in writing with ink and paper, and thereby many sinned from eternity to eternity and until this day. For men were not created for such a purpose, to give confirmation to their good faith with pen and ink. For men were created exactly like the angels to the intent that they should continue pure and righteous, and death, which destroys everything, could not have taken hold of them. But through this their knowledge they are perishing, and through this power it is consuming me. The fifth was named Casta. This is he who showed the children of men all the wicked smiting of spirits and demons, and the smiting of the embryo in the womb that it may pass away, and the smiting of the soul, the bites of the serpent, and the smiting which befalls through the noontide heat. Chapter 70. The third parable of Enoch. And it came to pass after this that his name during his lifetime was raised aloft to that Son of Man, and to the Lord of spirits from amongst those who dwell on the earth. He was raised aloft on the chariots of the Spirit, and his name vanished among them. From that day I was no longer numbered amongst them. He set me between the two winds, between the north and the west, where the angels took the cords to measure for me the place for the elect and righteous. There I saw the first fathers and the righteous who from the beginning dwell in that place. Chapter 71. It came to pass after this that my spirit was translated, and it ascended into the heavens, and I saw the holy sons of God. They were stepping on flames of fire, and their garments were white, and their faces shone like snow. I saw two streams of fire, and the light of that fire shone like flaming torches. I fell on my face before the Lord of spirits. The angel Michael, one of the archangels, seized me by my right hand, and lifted me up and led me forth into all the secrets. He showed me all the secrets of righteousness, and he showed me all the secrets of the ends of the heaven, and all the chambers of all the stars, and all the luminaries whence they proceed before the face of the holy ones. He translated my spirit into the heaven of heavens, and I saw there as it were a structure built of crystals, and between those crystals tongues of living fire. My spirit saw the girdle which girt that house of fire, and on its four sides were streams full of living fire, and they girt that house. Round about were seraphim, cherubim, and Ophanim, and these are they who sleep not and guard the throne of his glory. I saw angels who could not be counted, 1,000 thousands and 10,000 times 10,000, encircling that house. Michael and Raphael and Gabriel and Phanuel and the holy angels who were above the heavens go in and out of that house. They came forth from that house, Michael and Gabriel and Raphael and Phanuel, and many holy angels without number, and with them the head of days, whose head was white and pure as wool, and his raiment indescribable. I fell on my face, and my whole body became relaxed, and my spirit was transfigured. I cried with a loud voice with the spirit of power, and blessed and glorified and extolled. These blessings which went forth out of my mouth were well-pleasing before that head of days. The head of days came with Michael and Gabriel and Raphael and Phanuel and thousands and 10,000s of angels without number. I saw the Son of Man accompanying the head of days. Enoch asked one of the angels concerning the Son of Man, as to who he was. The angel came to me and greeted me with his voice and said unto me, This is the Son of Man, who is born unto righteousness, and righteousness abides over him, and the righteousness of the head of days forsakes him not. He said unto me, He proclaims unto thee peace in the name of the world to come, for from hence has preceded peace since the creation of the world, and so shall it be unto thee forever and ever. All shall walk in his ways, since righteousness never forsaketh him. With him will be their dwelling places, and with him their heritage, and they shall not be separated from him forever and ever. So there shall be length of days with that Son of Man, and the righteous shall have peace, and an upright way in the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever. Chapter 72. The Book of the Courses of the Heavenly Luminaries. Here begins the book of the courses of the luminaries of the heaven. The relations of each according to their classes, their dominion, and their seasons, according to their names and places of origin, and according to their months, which Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, who is their guide, showed me. He showed me all their laws exactly as they are, and how it is with regard to all the years of the world and unto eternity till the new creation is accomplished. This is the first law of the luminaries. The great luminary named the sun has its rising in the eastern portals of the heaven and its setting in the western portals of the heaven. I saw 6 portals in which the sun rises and 6 portals in which the sun sets, and the moon rises and sets in these portals. And those leaders of the stars, and those whom they lead, 6 in the east and 6 in the west, all following each other in accurately corresponding order. There are many windows to the right and left of these portals. First goes forth the great luminary named the sun, and his circumference is like the circumference of the heaven, and he is quite filled with illuminating and heating fire. The wind drives the chariot on which he ascends, and the sun goes down from the heaven and returns through the north in order to reach the east. He is so guided that he comes to the appropriate portal and shines in the face of the heaven. In this way he rises in the first month in the great portal, which is the 4th of those 6 portals in the east. From that 4th portal from which the sun rises in the first month are 12 window openings from which proceed flame when they are opened in their season. When the sun rises in the heaven, he comes forth through that 4th portal for 30 mornings in succession and sets accurately in the 4th portal in the west of the heaven. During this period the day becomes daily longer and the night nightly shorter, till the 30th morning on that day the day is longer than the night by a 9th part. The day amounts exactly to 10 parts, and the night to 8 parts, and the sun rises from that 4th portal and sets in the 4th portal. It returns to the 5th portal of the east for 30 mornings, and rises from it, and sets in the 5th portal. Then the day becomes longer by 2 parts and amounts to 11 parts, and the night becomes short and amounts to 7 parts. It returns to the east, and enters the 6th portal, and rises and sets in the 6th portal for 30 mornings. On account of its sign, on that day the day becomes longer than the night, and the day becomes double the night. The day becomes 12 parts, and the night is shortened and becomes 6 parts. The sun then mounts up to make the day shorter and the night longer. The sun returns to the east, and enters the 6th portal, and rises from it, and sets for 30 mornings. When 30 mornings are accomplished, the day decreases by exactly 1 part, and becomes 11 parts, and the night 7 parts. The sun goes forth from that 6th portal in the west, and goes to the east, and rises in the 5th portal for 30 mornings, and sets in the west again in the 5th portal. On that day the day decreases by 2 parts, and amounts to 10 parts, and the night to 8 parts. The sun goes forth from that fifth portal in the east and sets in the fifth portal of the west and rises in the fourth portal for 30 mornings on account of its sign and sets in the west. On that day the day is equalized with the night and becomes of equal length, and the night amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts. The sun rises from that portal and sets in the west and returns to the east and rises for 30 mornings in the third portal and sets in the west in the third portal. On that day the night becomes longer than the day, and the night amounts exactly to 10 parts, and the day to 8 parts. The sun rises from that third portal and sets in the west and returns to the east, and for 30 mornings rises in the second portal in the east and sets in the second portal in the west of the heaven. On that day the night amounts to 11 parts and the day to 7 parts. The sun rises from that second portal and sets in the west in the second portal and returns to the east into the first portal for 30 mornings and sets in the first portal in the west of the heaven. On that day the night becomes longer and amounts to double the day, and the night amounts exactly to 12 parts, and the day to 6 parts. The sun has traversed the divisions of his orbit and turns again on those divisions of his orbit. It enters the portal for 30 mornings and sets also in the west opposite to it. On that night, the night has decreased in length by a 9th part, and the night has become 11 parts, and the day 7 parts. The sun returns and entered into the second portal in the east and returns on those his divisions of his orbit for 30 mornings rising and setting. On that day the night decreases in length, and the night amounts to 10 parts, and the day to 8 parts. On that day the sun rises from that portal, and sets in the west, and returns, and turns to the east, and rises in the third portal for 30 mornings, and sets in the west of the heaven. On that day the night decreases and amounts to 9 parts, and the day to 9 parts, and the night is equal to the day. The year is exactly as to its days, 364, and the length of the day and of the night and the shortness of the day and of the night arise through the course of the sun. These distinctions are made, and they are separated, so it comes that its course becomes daily longer and its course nightly shorter. This is the law and the course of the sun and his return. It rises, sets, and decreases not and rests not, but runs day and night. His light is 7-fold brighter than that of the moon, but as regards size they are both equal. Chapter 73. And after this law I saw another law dealing with the smaller luminary which is named the moon. Her circumference is like the circumference of heaven, and her chariot in which she rides is driven by the wind. Light is given to her in definite measure, and her rising and setting change every month. Her days are like the days of the sun, and when her light is full it amounts to the 7th part of the light of the sun. Thus she rises, and her first phase in the east comes forth on the 30th morning. On that day she becomes visible and constitutes for you the first phase of the moon. On the 30th day, together with the sun in the portal, where the sun rises, the 1/2 of her goes forth by a 7th part. Her whole circumference is empty without light, with the exception of a 17th part of it and the 14th part of her light. When she receives a 17th part of the half of her light amounts to a 17th part and a half thereof. She sets with the sun, and when the sun rises, the moon rises with him and receives the half of 1 part of light. In that night, in the beginning of her morning, in the commencement of the lunar day, the moon sets with the sun, and is invisible that night with the 14 parts and the half of 1 of them. She rises on that day with exactly a 7th part, and comes forth and recedes from the rising of the sun. In her remaining days she becomes bright in the remaining 13 parts. Chapter 75. And I saw another course, a law for her, and how according to that law she performs her monthly revolution. And Uriel, the holy angel who is the leader of them, all showed me their positions, and I wrote down their positions as he showed them to me. I wrote down their months as they were, and the appearance of their lights till 15 days were accomplished. In single seventh parts she accomplishes all her light in the east, and in single seventh parts raises all her darkness in the west. In certain months she alters her settings, and in certain months she pursues her own peculiar course. In 2 months the moon sets with the sun in those 2 middle portals, the 3rd and the 4th. She goes forth for 7 days and turns about and returns again through the portal where the sun rises and accomplishes all her light. She recedes from the sun and in 8 days enters the 6th portal from which the sun goes forth. When the sun goes forth from the 4th portal, she goes forth for 7 days until she goes forth from the 5th and turns back again in 7 days into the 4th portal and accomplishes all her light, and she recedes and enters into the 1st portal in 8 days. She returns again in 7 days into the 4th portal from which the sun goes forth. Thus I saw their position how the moon rose and the sun set in those days. If 5 years are added together, the sun has an overplus of 30 days, and all the days which accrue to it for one of those 5 years, when they are full amount to days, and the overplus of the sun and of the stars amounts to 6 days. In years' days every year come to days, and the moon falls behind the sun and stars to the number of days, and the sun and the stars bring in all the years exactly, so that they do not advance or delay their position by a single day unto eternity, but complete the years with perfect justice in days. In years there are days, and in years days, so that in years there are days for the moon alone. The days amount in years to days, and in years she falls behind days. There is to be added in days, and in years there are days, so that for the moon the days and years amount to days. For in years she falls behind to the amount of days all the days she falls behind in years are, and the year is accurately completed in conformity with their world stations and the stations of the sun which rise from the portals through which the sun rises and sets days. Chapter 76. And the leaders of the heads of the thousands who are placed over the whole creation and over all the stars have also to do with the 4 intercalary days, being inseparable from their office according to the reckoning of the year. These render service on the 4 days which are not reckoned in the reckoning of the year, and owing to them men go wrong therein. For those luminaries truly render service on the world stations, one in the 1st portal, one in the 3rd portal of the heaven, one in the 4th portal, and one in the 6th portal. And the exact acts of the year are accomplished through its separate 364 stations for the signs, the times, the years, and the days. The angel Uriel showed me, whom the Lord of glory hath set forever over all the luminaries of the heaven and in the world, that they should rule on the face of the heaven, and be seen on the earth, and be leaders for the day and the night, that is the sun, moon, and stars, and all the ministering creatures which make their revolution in all the chariots of the heaven. In like manner 12 doors Uriel showed me open in the circumference of the sun's chariot in the heaven, through which the rays of the sun break forth, and from them is warmth diffused over the earth when they are opened at their appointed seasons. And for the winds, in the spirit of the dew when they are open, standing open in the heavens at the ends. As for the 12 portals in the heaven at the ends of the earth, out of which go forth the sun, moon, and stars, and all the works of heaven in the east and in the west, there are many windows open to the left and right of them. One window at its appointed season produces warmth corresponding to those doors from which the stars come forth according as he has commanded them, and wherein they set corresponding to their number. I saw chariots in the heaven running in the world above those portals in which revolve the stars that never set, and one is larger than all the rest, and it is that makes its course through the entire world. Chapter 77. And at the ends of the earth I saw 12 portals open to all the quarters of the heaven, from which the winds go forth and blow over the earth. 3 of them are open on the face, that is the east of the heavens, and 3 in the west, and 3 on the right, that is the south of the heaven, and 3 on the left, that is the north. The 3 first are those of the east, and 3 are of the north, and 3 after those on the left of the south, and 3 of the west. Through 4 of these come winds of blessing and prosperity, and from those 8 come hurtful winds. When they are sent, they bring destruction on all the earth, and on the water upon it, and on all who dwell thereon, and on everything which is in the water, and on the land. The first wind, called the east wind, comes forth through the first portal which is in the east, inclining towards the south. From it come forth desolation, drought, heat, and destruction. Through the second portal in the middle comes what is fitting, and from it there come rain, fruitfulness, prosperity, and dew. Through the third portal which lies toward the north come cold and drought. After these come forth the south winds through 3 portals. Through the first portal of them, inclining to the east, comes forth a hot wind. Through the middle portal next to it there come forth fragrant smells, and dew, and rain, and prosperity, and health. Through the third portal lying to the west come forth dew, and rain, locusts, and desolation. After these the north winds from the 7th portal in the east come with dew, and rain, locust, and desolation. From the middle portal come in a direct direction health and rain and dew and prosperity. Through the third portal in the west come cloud and hoarfrost and snow and rain and dew and locusts. After these 4 are the west winds. Through the first portal adjoining the north come forth dew and frost and cold and snow and frost. From the middle portal come forth dew and rain and prosperity and blessing. Through the last portal which adjoins the south come forth drought and desolation and burning and destruction. The 12 portals of the 4 quarters of the heaven are therewith completed, and all their laws and all their plagues and all their benefactions have I shown to thee, my son Methuselah. Chapter 78. And the names of the sun are the following. The first is Yaris, and the second Tomas. And the moon has 4 names. The first name is Asha, the second Abla, the third Benaz, and the 4th Eri. These are the 2 great luminaries. Their circumference is like the circumference of the heaven, and the size of their circumference is alike. In the circumference of the sun there are 7 portions of light which are added to it more than to the moon, and in definite measures it is as transferred till the 7th portion of the sun is exhausted, and they set and enter the portals of the west and make their revolution by the north and come forth through the eastern portals on the face of the heaven. When the moon rises, 1/14th part appears in the heaven. The light becomes full in her on the 14th day. She accomplishes her light, and 15 parts of light are transferred to her till the 15th day, when her light is accomplished according to the sign of the year, and she becomes 15 parts. The moon grows by the addition of 14th parts, and in her waning the moon decreases on the first day to 14 parts of her light, on the second to 13 parts of light, on the third to 12, on the 4th to 11, on the 5th to 10, on the 6th to 9, on the 7th to 8, on the 8th to 7, on the 9th to 6, on the 10th to 5, on the 11th to 4, on the 12th to 3, on the 13th to 2, on the 14th to the half of a 7th, and all her remaining light disappears wholly on the 15th. In certain months, the month has 29 days, and once 28. Uriel showed me another law when light is transferred to the moon, and on which side it is transferred to her by the sun. During all the period in which the moon is growing in her light, she is transferring it to herself when opposite to the sun. During 14 days her light is accomplished in the heaven, and when she is illumined throughout her light, is accomplished full in the heaven. On the first day she is called the new moon, for on that day the light rises upon her. She becomes full moon exactly on the day when the sun sets in the west, and from the east she rises at night, and the moon shines the whole night through till the sun rises over against her. The moon is seen over against the sun on the side whence the light of the moon comes forth. There again she wanes till all the light vanishes, and all the days of the month are at an end, and her circumference is empty, void of light. 3 months she makes of 30 days, and at her time she makes 3 months of 29 days each, in which she accomplishes her waning in the first period of time, and in the first portal for 177 days reckoned according to weeks. 25 weeks and 2 days, she falls behind the sun, in the order of the stars exactly 5 days in the course of one period. And when this place which thou sayest has been traversed, such is the picture and sketch of every luminary which Uriel the archangel, who is their leader, showed unto me. Chapter 79. And now, my son, I have shown thee everything, and the law of all the stars of the heaven is completed. He showed me all the laws of these for every day, and for every season of being rule, and for every year, and for its going forth, and for the order prescribed to it. Every month, and every week, and the waning of the moon, which takes place in the 6th portal. For in this 6th portal her light is accomplished. And after that there is the beginning of the waning, which takes place in the 1st portal in its season, till 177 days are accomplished. Reckoned according to weeks, 25 weeks and 2 days, she falls behind the sun, in the order of the stars exactly 5 days in the course of one period. And when this place which thou sayest has been traversed, such is the picture and sketch of every luminary which Uriel the archangel, who is their leader, showed unto me. Chapter 80. In those days the angel Uriel answered and said to me, Behold, I have shown thee everything, Enoch, and I have revealed everything to thee, that thou shouldst see the sun and the moon, and the leaders of the stars of the heaven, and all those who turn them, their tasks and times and departures. In the days of the sinners the years shall be shortened, and their seed shall be tardy on their lands and fields. All things on the earth shall alter, and shall not appear in their time, and the rain shall be kept back, and the heavens shall withhold it. In those times the fruits of the earth shall be backward, and shall not grow in their time, and the fruits of the trees shall be withheld in their time. The moon shall alter her order and not appear at her time, and in those days the sun shall be seen, and journey in the evening on the extremity of the great chariot in the west, and shall shine more brightly than accords with the order of light. Many chiefs of the stars shall transgress the order prescribed, and these shall alter their orbits and tasks, and not appear at the seasons prescribed to them. The whole order of the stars shall be concealed from the sinners, and the thoughts of those on the earth shall be concerning them, and they shall be altered from all their ways. They shall take them to be gods, and evil shall be multiplied upon them, and punishment shall come upon them, so as to destroy all. Chapter 81. He said unto me, Observe, Enoch, these heavenly tablets, and read what is written thereon, and mark every individual fact. I observed the heavenly tablets, and read everything which was written thereon, and understood everything, and read the book of all the deeds of mankind, and of all the children of flesh that shall be upon the earth to the remotest generations. Forthwith I blessed the great Lord, the King of glory, forever, because he has made all the works of the world, and I extolled the Lord because of his patience, and blessed him because of the children of men. After that I said, Blessed is the man who dies in righteousness and goodness, concerning whom there is no book of unrighteousness written, and against whom no day of judgment shall be found. Then those 7 holy ones brought me, and placed me on the earth before the door of my house, and said to me, Declare everything to thy son Methuselah, and show to all thy children that no flesh is righteous in the sight of the Lord, for he is their Creator. 1 year we will leave thee with thy son, till thou givest thy last commands, that thou mayest teach thy children, and record it for them, and testify to all thy children. In the 2nd year they shall take thee from their midst. Let thy heart be strong, for the good shall announce righteousness to the good. The righteous with the righteous shall rejoice, and shall offer congratulations to one another. But the sinners shall die with the sinners, and the apostate go down with the apostate. Those who practice righteousness shall die on account of the deeds of men, and be taken away on account of the doings of the godless. In those days they ceased to speak to me, and I came to my people blessing. Chapter 82. The Lord of the World. And now, my son Methuselah, all these things I am recounting to thee and writing down for thee, and I have revealed to thee everything and given thee books concerning all these. So preserve, my son Methuselah, the books from thy father's hand, and see that thou deliver them to the generations of the world. I have given wisdom to thee, and to thy children, and thy children's children, that they may give it to their children for generations. This wisdom, namely, that passeth their thought, and those who understand it shall not sleep, but shall listen with the ear that they may learn this wisdom. It shall please those that eat thereof better than good food. Blessed are all the righteous. Blessed are all those who walk in the way of righteousness, and sin not as the sinners. In the reckoning of all their days in which the sun traverses the heaven, entering into and departing from the portals for 30 days, with the heads of thousands of the order of the stars, together with the 4 intercalated days which divide the 4 portions of the year, leading them and entering with them 4 days owing to them. Men shall be at fault, and not reckon them in the whole reckoning of the year. Yea, men shall be at fault, and not recognize them accurately, for they belong to the reckoning of the year, and are truly recorded thereon forever, 1 in the 1st portal, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, and 1 in the 6th, and the year is completed in 364 days, and the account thereof is accurate and exact. For the luminaries and months and festivals and years and days has Uriel shown and revealed to me, to whom the Lord of the whole creation of the world hath subjected the host of heaven. He has power over night and day in the heaven to cause the light to give light to men, sun, moon, and stars, and all the powers of the heaven which revolve in their circular chariots. These are the orders of the stars which set in their places and in their seasons and festivals and months, and these are the names of those who lead them, who watch that they enter at their times, in their orders, in their seasons, in their months, in their periods of dominion, and in their positions. Therefore the leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year enter first, and after them the 12 leaders of the orders who divide the months. And for the 360 days there are heads over thousands who divide the days, and for the 4 intercalary days there are the leaders which sunder the 4 parts of the year. These heads over thousands are intercalated between leader and leader, each behind a station, but their leaders make the division. These are the names of the leaders who divide the 4 parts of the year: Milal, Helk, Melal, and Neril. And the names of those who lead them: Admiral, Uziel, and Elul. These 3 follow the leaders of the orders, and there is one that follows the 3 leaders of the orders, which follow those leaders of stations that divide the 4 parts of the year. In the beginning of the year, Melal rises first and rules. He is named Tammani. All the days of his dominion are 91 days. These are the signs of the days which are to be seen on earth in the days of his dominion: sweat and heat and calms. All the trees bear fruit, and leaves are produced on all the trees, the harvest of wheat and the rose flowers, and all the flowers which come forth in the field. But the trees of the winter season become withered. These are the names of the leaders which are under them: Beelzebul and Kaled-Waspul. When the days of the dominion of this leader are at an end, the next leader after him is Helk, whom one names the shining sun. All the days of his light are 91 days. These are the signs of his days on the earth: glowing heat and dryness. The trees ripen their fruits and produce all their fruits ripe and ready. The sheep pair and become pregnant. All the fruits of the earth are gathered in, and everything that is in the fields and the winepress. These are the names and the orders and the leaders of those heads of thousands: Galgaleel, he, and Asael. The days of his dominion are at an end. Chapter 83. The Dream Vision. And now, my son Methuselah, I will show thee all my visions which I have seen, recounting them before thee. 2 visions I saw before I took a wife, and the one was quite unlike the other, the first when I was learning to write, the second before I took thy mother, when I saw a terrible vision. Regarding them, I prayed to the Lord. I had laid me down in the house of my grandfather Mahalalel when I saw in a vision how the heaven collapsed and was borne off and fell to the earth. When it fell to the earth, I saw how the earth was swallowed up in a great abyss. Mountains were suspended on mountains, hills sank down on hills. High trees were rent from their stems and hurled into the abyss. Thereupon a word fell into my mouth, and I lifted up my voice to cry aloud, saying, The earth is destroyed. My grandfather Mahalalel woke me and said, Why dost thou cry so, my son? Why dost thou make such lamentation? I recounted to him the whole vision which I had seen, and he said, A terrible thing hast thou seen, my son, and of grave moment is thy dream vision as to the secrets of all the sin of the earth. It must sink into the abyss and be destroyed with great destruction. And now, my son, arise and make petition to the Lord of glory, since thou art a believer, that a remnant may remain on the earth, and that he may not destroy the whole earth. My son, from heaven all this will come upon the earth, and upon the earth there will be great destruction. After that I arose and prayed and implored and besought, and wrote down my prayer for the generations of the world. I will show everything to thee, my son Methuselah, he said. When I had gone forth and seen the heaven and the sun rising in the east, the moon setting in the west, a few stars, and the whole earth as it had been known in the beginning, then I blessed the Lord of judgment and extolled him. Chapter 84. And I lifted up my hands in righteousness and blessed the Holy and Great One, speaking with the breath of my mouth and the tongue of flesh, which God has made for the children of men, that they should speak therewith. He gave them breath and a tongue and a mouth that they should speak therewith. Blessed be thou, O Lord King, great and mighty in thy greatness, Lord of the whole creation of the heavens, King of kings and God of the whole world. Thy power, kingship, and greatness abide forever and ever, throughout all generations. Thy dominion and all the heavens are thy throne forever, and the whole earth thy footstool. Thou hast made and thou rulest all things, nothing is too hard for thee. Wisdom departs not from the place of thy throne, nor turns away from thy presence. Thou knowest, sayest, and hearest everything, nothing is hidden from thee. Now the angels of thy heavens are guilty of trespass, and upon the flesh of men abideth thy wrath until the great day of judgment. O God and Lord and great King, I implore and beseech thee to fulfill my prayer. Leave me a posterity on earth and not destroy all the flesh of man, making the earth without inhabitant. Destroy from the earth the flesh which has aroused thy wrath, but establish the flesh of righteousness as a plant of the eternal seed. Hide not thy face from the prayer of thy servant. Chapter 85. And after this I saw another dream, and I will show the whole dream to thee, my son. Enoch lifted up his voice and spoke to his son Methuselah. To thee, my son, will I speak. Hear my words, incline thine ear to the dream vision of thy father. Before I took thy mother Edna, I saw in a vision on my bed a white bull come forth from the earth. Thereafter came forth a heifer, then 2 bulls, one black, one red. The black bull gored the red and pursued him over the earth. I could no longer see the red bull, but the black bull grew, and the heifer followed him. Many oxen proceeded from him, resembling and following him. The heifer went in search of the red, but found him not, lamenting with great lamentation. She sought him until the first bull came to her and quieted her, From that time she cried no more. Afterward she bore another white bull and many bulls and black cows. The white bull grew into a great white bull, and from him proceeded many resembling him, begetting many white bulls. Chapter 86. Again I saw with mine eyes as I slept. I saw the heaven above, and behold, a star fell from heaven, arose, and pastured amongst those oxen. After that I saw the large and the black oxen change their stalls and pastures, living together. Many stars descended and cast themselves down to that first star, becoming bulls and pasturing with them. They all let out their privy members like horses and began to cover the cows of the oxen, who became pregnant and bore elephants, camels, and asses. All the oxen feared them and devoured and gored them. The children of the earth trembled and fled. Chapter 87. Again I saw how they began to gore and devour one another, and the earth cried aloud. I raised mine eyes to heaven and saw beings like white men descend. For went forth, and three with them. The three grasped my hand and took me up from the generations of the earth, raising me to a lofty place, showing me a tower above all hills. Remain here, they said, till thou sayest all that befalls the elephants, camels, asses, stars, and oxen. Chapter 88. I saw one of the four seize the first fallen star, bind it hand and foot, and cast it into a narrow, deep, dark abyss. One drew a sword and gave it to the elephants, camels, and asses, who smote each other and caused the earth to quake. One of the four stoned them from heaven, gathering all the great stars whose members were like horses, binding them and casting them into an abyss of the earth. Chapter 89. One of the four went to the white bull, instructed him in a secret. He was born a bull and became a man, building a great vessel in which he dwelt, along with three bulls. I saw a lofty roof with 7 water torrents flowing into an enclosure. Fountains opened, water rose, covering all the enclosure, darkness and mist increasing. The water streamed over the enclosure, all cattle gathered, sank, and perished, while the vessel floated above. When the torrents were removed and chasms opened, the water ran off, the earth emerged, and the vessel settled. The white bull who became a man emerged with the 3 bulls, one white, one red, one black, and they brought forth beasts of every kind, while the white bull begot a wild ass, which multiplied. That bull begot a black wild boar and a white sheep. The boar begot many boars, the sheep begot 12 sheep. When the 12 sheep matured, they gave one to the asses, who gave it to the wolves. The sheep grew among wolves, and the Lord brought the 11 back to pasture with them, multiplying flocks. The wolves oppressed the sheep, destroying their young, casting them into a river. The sheep cried to their Lord, who descended, pastured them, and commanded a sheep among them to admonish the wolves. 2 sheep entered the assembly of wolves, admonishing them not to touch the sheep, but the wolves oppressed the sheep fiercely. The Lord came to the sheep. They smote the wolves, who lamented, and the sheep departed, the wolves pursuing them to a divided sea. The water stood on either side, the Lord led the sheep through, the wolves followed and were drowned. The sheep entered a wilderness without water or grass. Their leader sheep guided them, ascending a lofty rock, then returning to restore the blinded sheep by slaying those who strayed. The restored sheep returned to a house built by their leader's sheep, then fell asleep. Little sheep arose in their place, bringing them to a pleasant land. Beasts and birds began to devour the sheep. The Lord raised a ram to destroy them, but that ram forsook its glory and oppressed the sheep. A new ram was raised to replace it, overcoming the first ram. The sheep multiplied in safety, the beasts fled, and the house and tower of the sheep grew. The sheep again wandered. Shepherds persecuted them, slaying many. A faithful sheep escaped, cried aloud, and the Lord saved it. Other faithful sheep were sent to testify and lament. Those who abandoned the house and tower were delivered into the hands of lions, tigers, wolves, hyenas, foxes, and wild boars, who devoured them. Enoch wept and appealed to the Lord, who found no mercy for them and rejoiced in their devouring. 70 shepherds were appointed to pasture the sheep, commanded to destroy only as instructed. A watcher recorded each slaughter. The shepherds destroyed more than commanded, delivering sheep to beasts. The tower and house were demolished. The record was shown to the Lord. He sealed it. Then the shepherds returned, and a few sheep rebuilt the tower with polluted bread upon the table. Eyes were blinded. The shepherds again delivered sheep to beasts. The watcher recorded and showed the Lord, who remained unmoved. 35 shepherds undertook pasturing in succession. Eagles, vultures, kites, and ravens devoured the sheep, leaving only bones, which also fell and were reduced to dust. Lambs were born among white sheep, crying. Ravens dashed them to death, until horns grew on a lamb, which rallied the rams. The shepherds, eagles, and birds opposed the horned ram. A watcher aided it. The Lord of the sheep came in wrath. Beasts and birds were swallowed by the earth. The sheep were armed with a sword and overcame all beasts. A throne was erected. The Lord sat. The watchers opened books before him, and the stars and shepherds were judged, bound, and cast into fiery abysses. Blinded sheep were also judged and cast into an abyss of fire. The old house was folded up and moved. The Lord built a new, greater house, and all the sheep and all beasts and birds did homage and obeyed them. Enoch was set among the white sheep. He saw all assembled in the new house, rejoiced, then slept and awoke, blessing the Lord and weeping for what he had seen. Chapter 90. I saw the birds of heaven, eagles, vultures, kites, ravens, all led by eagles, devouring the sheep until none remained. 23 shepherds had pastured the sheep 58 times. Lambs were born and opened their eyes, but birds continued to destroy them. A great horn sprang forth on a lamb. The rams and sheep rallied, yet faced continued assault. A watcher named the shepherds and recorded their deeds before the Lord. The Lord of the sheep descended in wrath. Earth opened. Beasts and birds were swallowed. The Lord gave the sheep a sword to slay all beasts. They did so, and a throne was erected in the pleasant land. The watchers opened sealed books. The first 7 white ones were named and commanded to bring before the Lord the stars whose members were horse-like. He commanded the 70 shepherds who slew beyond instruction to be bound and cast into a fiery abyss. Blinded sheep were also judged and cast into fire. Their bones burned. The old house was removed. A new, loftier house was built. Pillars and ornaments were larger. All surviving sheep and beasts and birds fell down and made homage to the sheep. The Lord of the sheep rejoiced. Chapter 91. And now, my son Methuselah, call to me all thy brothers. Gather the sons of thy mother. For the word calls me, and the Spirit is poured upon me that I may show you everything that shall befall you forever. Methuselah summoned his brothers and relatives. Enoch spoke to all the children of righteousness. Sons of Enoch, hearken to my voice. Love uprightness and walk therein. Draw not nigh to uprightness with a double heart, nor associate with those of a double heart, but walk in righteousness. It shall guide you on good paths, and righteousness shall be your companion. Violence must increase on the earth, and a great chastisement be executed. Unrighteousness shall be cut off from its roots and consumed. When sin, blasphemy, violence, apostasy, and transgression increase twofold, a great chastisement shall come from heaven. The Holy Lord will execute judgment on earth, cutting off violence from its roots and destroying the idols and temples of the heathen. They shall be cast into fire and perish forever. The righteous shall arise from sleep. Wisdom shall arise to them. After the roots of unrighteousness are cut off, sinners shall be destroyed by the sword. 8th week, a righteous judgment. Oppressors delivered into the hands of the righteous. They shall acquire houses through righteousness and build a house for the great king. 9th week, the righteous judgment revealed to the world. The works of the godless vanish. The world shall be written down for destruction. 10th week, 7th part, the great eternal judgment. Vengeance among angels. The first heaven passes away. A new heaven appears with sevenfold light. Many weeks without number follow, all in goodness and righteousness. Sin shall no more be mentioned. I tell you, my sons, walk in the paths of righteousness and not in the paths of violence, lest you perish. Chapter 92. Enoch wrote this complete doctrine of wisdom praised by all men, a judge of all the earth, for the children who dwell on earth and future generations who observe uprightness and peace. Let not your spirit be troubled by the times, for the Holy and Great One has appointed days for all things. The righteous shall arise from sleep, walk in righteous paths, live in eternal goodness and grace, endowed with power, walking in eternal light. Sin shall perish in darkness forever. Chapter 93. Enoch began again from the books. I was born the 7th in the 1st week, while judgment and righteousness still endured. In the 2nd week arises great wickedness. Deceit springs up. At its close a man is saved. Afterward unrighteousness grows. Law is made for sinners. 3rd week. At its close, one is elected plant of righteous judgment. His posterity become the plant of righteousness forever. 4th week. Visions of the holy and righteous, a law and an enclosure for them. 5th week. The house of glory and dominion is built forever. 6th week. Those who live in it become godless. A man ascends. The house of dominion is burned with fire. The chosen root is dispersed. 7th week. An apostate generation arises. At its close the elect righteous are chosen to receive sevenfold instruction. Who can hear the Holy One without trouble or think his thoughts? Who can measure heaven and earth? Chapter 94. I say unto you, my sons, love righteousness and walk therein, for the paths of righteousness are worthy of acceptance. The paths of unrighteousness shall suddenly be destroyed and vanish. Certain men shall see paths of violence and death, but avoid them. The righteous walk not in wicked paths, nor draw near to them, but choose for yourselves righteousness and an elect life, walking in peace to live and prosper. Hold fast these words in your hearts. Sinners will tempt men to evil, but no place shall be found for wisdom among them. Woe to those who build unrighteousness, by sword shall they fall. Those who acquire gold and silver in judgment shall perish. Woe to you, ye rich, who trust in riches and commit blasphemy. A day of slaughter and darkness awaits you. He who created you will overthrow you without compassion. The righteous shall be a reproach to sinners. Chapter 95. Oh, that mine eyes were a cloud of waters, that I might weep over you, and pour down my tears as a cloud of waters, resting from my heart's trouble. Who permitted you to practice reproaches and wickedness? Judgment shall overtake you, sinners. Fear not, sinners, you righteous. The Lord will deliver them into your hands, that ye may execute judgment. Woe to you who fulminate anathemas. Healing shall be far from you. Woe to you who requite your neighbor with evil, lying witnesses, those who weigh injustice. Suddenly shall ye perish. Woe to you sinners who persecute the righteous. You shall be delivered up and oppressed by a heavy yoke. Chapter 96. Be hopeful, ye righteous, for the sinners shall suddenly perish before you, and ye shall have lordship over them. In the day of tribulation your children shall mount and rise as eagles, your nests higher than vultures. You shall enter the clefts of the earth like conies, the sirens shall weep for you. Fear not those who suffer, for healing and bright light await you. You shall hear the voice of rest from heaven. Woe to you sinners whose riches deceive, your hearts convict you, and your deeds shall testify against you. Woe to you who devour fine wheat, and tread underfoot the lowly. Woe to you who forsake the fountain of life. Woe to you mighty oppressors, your day of destruction is coming. Many good days shall come to the righteous in your judgment. Chapter 97. Believe, ye righteous, that sinners will be ashamed and perish in their day. Be known, ye sinners, that the Most High is mindful of your destruction. The angels rejoice over it. What will you do on the day of judgment when the prayer of the righteous reaches the Lord and your unrighteous words are read before him? Your faces shall be covered with shame. He will reject every work great in unrighteousness. Woe to you sinners who live by the sea and on the land, acquiring silver and gold and filling your barns. Like water shall your lies flow away. Your riches shall not abide. You shall be given over to a great curse. Chapter 98. I swear to you, wise and foolish alike, that men shall adorn themselves more than women, yet perish thereby with their possessions in glory and shame and destitution, their spirits cast into the furnace of fire. Sin was not sent upon the earth, but created by men. Under a great curse shall those who commit it fall. A woman's barrenness is on account of her own deeds. Your evil deeds are revealed in heaven. Each oppression is recorded daily until your judgment. Woe to you fools, for through folly shall ye perish. You are prepared for the day of destruction. No ransom exists. The day of tribulation and great shame awaits you. Woe to you obstinate of heart who work wickedness and eat blood. There shall be no peace for you. Woe to those who love unrighteous deeds, delivered into the hands of the righteous. Your necks shall be cut off. No mercy shall be shown. Woe to you who rejoice in the tribulation of the righteous. No grave shall be dug for you. Woe to you who write lying and godless words. Suddenly shall ye die. Chapter 99. Woe to you who work godlessness and glory in lies. You shall perish with no happy life. Woe to those who pervert the words of uprightness and transform themselves into sinners. They shall be trodden underfoot. Prepare, ye righteous, to raise your prayers as a memorial before the angels, that they may place the sins of sinners as a testimony before the Most High. In those days nations shall be stirred, families shall arise in destruction, the destitute shall abandon their children and leave them to perish. Sin is prepared for a day of unceasing bloodshed. Idolaters shall find no help. They shall perish instantly. Blessed are they who accept the words of wisdom, observe the paths of the Most High, and walk in righteousness. They shall be saved. Woe to you who spread evil, make false measures, cause bitterness. You shall be consumed. Woe to those who build houses through grievous toil and lay deceitful foundations. No peace shall be yours. Woe to those who reject the heritage of their fathers. They shall have no rest. Woe to them who slay their neighbors. The Lord shall cast down your glory and destroy you with the sword. The righteous shall remember your sins. Chapter 100. In those days fathers and sons shall slay one another. Blood shall flow like streams, horses wade to their breasts, chariots submerged in blood. Angels shall gather all sinners into one place. The Most High will arise to execute great judgment. He will appoint holy guardians to watch over the righteous until all wickedness and sin are ended. Though the righteous sleep a long sleep, they shall not fear. The children of the earth shall see the wise in security and understand the words of this book. that riches cannot save in the overthrow of sins. Woe to you sinners on the day of strong anguish, who afflict the righteous and burn them with fire. You shall be requited according to your works. Woe to the obstinate of heart who devise wickedness. Fear shall come upon you, and none shall help. Woe to you, sinners, on account of your proud words and deeds wrought in blazing flames. Know that heaven's angels, sun, moon, stars, and even clouds, dew, and rain will testify against you, withheld because of your sins. Observe the heavens, children of heaven, and every work of the Most High. Fear him and do no evil, for he controls sea and storm and is to be feared above all. Chapter 102. In those days when a grievous fire is brought upon you, where will you flee? When his word is launched against you, will you not be afraid? All luminaries shall tremble, the earth shall quake, angels will hide from the great glory, children of the earth shall quake and be cursed forever, with no peace. Fear not, O souls of the righteous, be hopeful if your bodies rest in Sheol. Wait for the day of judgment of sinners and cursing, and the day of chastisement. Though you die, the righteous and the sinners alike, your reward is not equal. The righteous enter eternal light, sinners perish in darkness. Chapter 103. I swear to you, righteous, by the glory of the great and mighty one, I know a mystery, read the heavenly tablets, seen the holy books. All goodness, joy, and glory are prepared for those who die in righteousness. Manifold good shall be given in recompense for your labors. Your lot exceeds that of the living. Your spirits shall live and rejoice. Your memorial is before the face of the Great One for all generations. Woe to sinners, whose souls descend into tribulation and darkness. Your spirits enter grievous judgment and burning flame, with no peace. Say not concerning the righteous that their end is like ours. Though they suffer in life, they die in peace, and their spirits are honored. Weep for your own oppression, for you shall reap what you sow. Chapter 104. I swear unto you that in heaven the angels remember you for good. Your names are written before the glory of the Great One. Be hopeful. You were put to shame through affliction 4 times, but now shall shine as lights of heaven. Portals shall open to answer your cry for judgment. Your tribulation shall be visited on the rulers and their helpers. Fear not when sinners prosper, keep far from their violence, that you become companions of the heavenly host. Though sinners say their sins shall not be recorded, all your sins are written daily in light and darkness, day and night. Be not godless or deceitful, for all your lies issue in great sin. Books given to the righteous shall be a cause of joy and wisdom. They shall believe and rejoice, and be recompensed. Chapter 105. In those days the Lord will summon the children of earth concerning their wisdom. You are their guides and their recompense. My son and I shall be united with them forever in upright paths. Rejoice, O children of uprightness. Amen. Fragment of the Book of Noah, chapter 106. And after some days my son Methuselah took a wife for his son Lamech, and she became pregnant, bearing a son whose body was white as snow and red as the bloom of a rose, with hair white as wool and eyes beautiful. When he opened his eyes, the whole house was lighted like the sun. He rose in the hands of the midwife, opened his mouth, and conversed with the Lord of righteousness. Lamech fled to Methuselah, saying, I have begotten a strange son, unlike any man, resembling the sons of heaven. I fear in his days a wonder may be wrought on earth. Methuselah went to Enoch at the ends of the earth. Enoch said, Behold, I am here. Why hast thou come? Lamech recounted the birth. His body whiter than snow, redder than a rose, his hair brighter than wool, his eyes like rays of the sun. He blessed the Lord of heaven. Enoch answered, The Lord will do a new thing on earth, which I have seen in vision. In Jared's generation, angels transgressed, uniting with women and begetting giants. There shall be a great deluge for 1 year. This son shall be left on earth. He and his 3 children shall be saved when all mankind perish. Call his name Noah, for he shall comfort the earth after destruction. Chapter 107. Enoch saw written in the heavenly tablets that generation upon generation shall transgress until a generation of righteousness arises and transgression is destroyed, sin passes away, and all good comes upon the earth. My son, go and make known to Lamech that this son is indeed his. Methuselah returned, called him Noah, for he will comfort the earth after destruction. Appendix to the Book of Enoch, Chapter 108. Enoch wrote another book for Methuselah and future keepers of the law. Ye who have done good, wait until an end is made of evildoers. Their names shall be blotted from the book of life, their seed destroyed, their spirits slain in a chaotic wilderness of fire and lamentation. I saw an invisible cloud and blazing flame. Those are the spirits of sinners and blasphemers cast there, while humble spirits who loved heaven more than life are rewarded from the heavenly tablets. I will summon the spirits of the good, transforming those born in darkness into shining light, seating each on a throne of honor for times without number. The righteous shall be resplendent, the sinners cast into darkness. Thank you for listening to this full audiobook. I hope you loved it. Please subscribe to this channel for more amazing audiobooks.